Hope that you're having a great day here on day 3 of the e-commerce launchpad. I'm going to be taking over, giving Anthony a little break. Him and I, this weekend's been wild. I mean, it's just, we're here and then all these lights and we see all these cameras. It's really cool. Also very exhausting at the same time. So day 3, Anthony and I are kind of bouncing back and forth. I know this morning that Anthony talked a lot about the profit cycle. He talked about, the 2 different pieces of your business, which would be running the business and then the ads part of the business. And so y'all got some really great information and content. Now we're about to do TikTok. But before we run into TikTok and I introduce you to our TikTok expert for the day, I just want to remind everybody, I've been seeing in the chat, I've been seeing in support, and Anthony told me we've had questions. Some of you in here that might have your call booked with our team during one of these sessions, make sure that you actually show up to your call, okay? So it's okay for you to kind of turn the volume down on this and then take that call because we don't have availability to really reschedule those phone calls, okay? So that is far more important if you're looking at taking advantage of our team doing the work for you than, 15, 20 minutes of what we're saying on here, because you're going to get all of that information pretty much done for you in many of the cases from our team. So just make sure that you show up to your calls because we're not really doing reschedules. Now, the next portion of the day, I know y'all learned Facebook ads from Roger, an incredible media buyer. And I know that y'all are excited to learn TikTok ads as well. You'll see that TikTok and Facebook are similar but quite different on the same token, because Facebook allows you to run, ads that are about this size right here. I forget the exact dimensions. You can run image ads. You can run vertical ads. You can run Reels ads. There's all of these different placements. And with TikTok, TikTok is a very native feeling platform. When you see an ad in TikTok, you don't necessarily know that it's an ad, right? So it's really cool. Again, I am not a TikTok ad expert. If I was, I would be teaching the session. But like we've mentioned to y'all so many times before, Anthony and I like to focus on the big picture. And so we typically try to automate and hire people to do those things for us, be it run our ads, manage our stores, do all of our email marketing for us. And we focus on that big picture. And so we have an actual TikTok ad agency that buys our ads for us. However, I'm bringing in a specific e-commerce expert that is phenomenal at TikTok ads. He actually is also a part of the team at Zendrop and was recruited by Zendrop because he is so good at what he does. And I've been talking to him a lot, learned a lot about him. Learned a lot about his skill set, and it's pretty incredible. It's really, really cool to see what he's doing with TikTok ads. So let me ask y'all a quick question. How many of you in here are excited to learn TikTok ads right now? Just go ahead, type in TikTok. Just go ahead, type in TikTok. You're going to find out TikTok isn't just a bunch of kids dancing to sounds and to music like I thought it was. It's actually a very robust e-commerce booming platform, and the types of ads that work on there are very unique, and it is quite simple to set up. Your homework yesterday or last night was to go ahead and set up your TikTok account. I saw only about, I think I saw maybe about 180, 190 people out of the 600 actually went and set up their TikTok accounts. So make sure that you set it up. And the link to set up your account, I'll go ahead and put it in the chat box real quick. So y'all can use this information that you're getting is http://amsecretlink.com/TikTok. Okay, so there it is. All right, so TikTok TikTok ads sign up link. I'll post it one more time. http://amsecretlink.com TikTok. There we go. Okay, cool. So just make sure you go to that link. That is our partner link with TikTok, okay? And you're going to want to put some money in your TikTok account. I know that our expert's going to go over that. Not a lot. I would recommend 10 to 20 bucks. No need to put more in there until you test it for a couple of days, play with it, and see if you're going to like Facebook ads more, you're going to like TikTok ads more. Because to be honest, I don't recommend, as a beginner, running both TikTok ads and Facebook ads at the same time and trying to learn both platforms at the same time. I do recommend testing both platforms, seeing which one you vibe with, which one appeals more to you, and mastering that, and then moving to the second traffic source. How many of you in here think that's probably a good idea? Just say good idea. All right. Don't overwhelm yourself trying to learn two very important things at once. You want to be a master of each. You don't just want to know a little bit about each. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in our TikTok expert, Brian Santos. Brian, I've made you a co-host. You could share your camera and you could share your screen right now. And, just make sure everything is good and all systems are go. And we can make sure everybody hears you. So Brian, I see I've made you co-host. Let's make sure that we got you locked in.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. All right, let me pin you to the top. Of course, you got this finesse lighting in the background. It looks phenomenal.
Of course.
All right, it's very TikTok-esque.
Yeah, I had to make the whole background, everything seem very aesthetic for the topic, right? But yeah. How's everybody? Nice to meet everybody. Just say hi, Brian, there, if you can hear me well. Let's see. All right, nice to meet you guys. I see there's a lot of people here. That's very nice. Nice to meet you, Adrian. And first thing I want to talk about is myself. My name is Brian Santos. I have been drop shipping for over 3 years, so I started pretty young. First, I started organically, so I was posting videos on TikTok normally, and I would build a store and I will promote it through videos that actually went viral. And with that, I actually managed to create an account that reached 20,000 followers. And with that, I was able to get my first sales organically. And I managed to do $2,000 in sales in one single day. And that's when I was like, all right, so there's something pretty golden here with TikTok. But I was like, all right, so now I really want to scale my store. And I'm not able to do that organically. So I have to run ads for me to actually scale my store to the levels that I did. So I made hundreds of thousands of dollars actually drop shipping, and I'll show you guys exactly how I done it. I'll show you my ad accounts. I'll show you everything, all my strategies. I have a whole, I'm gonna tell you guys right now what I'm gonna go over. Basically, I'm gonna teach you how to sign up to TikTok using the link that Adrian gave you guys. So make sure you're using that link. How to top up, meaning this is what they call here on TikTok, top up, meaning how to put money inside TikTok so you can start running ads. How to connect your pixel to Shopify. Basically what that means, connecting your pixel, if you guys haven't heard that on the Facebook part, is basically you're going to keep track of how many people are coming to the website, how many out of those are actually purchasing, how to upload your ads, how to create a campaign, how to analyze your ads, when to kill it, what's a CPC, what's a CPA, what's a CTR, what's a good CPC, what's how much should I spend before actually breaking even. I'm going to teach you the surfing strategy. What is the surfing strategy? It's basically once you make your first sale, your second and your third sale, of course, you want to start scaling. And we call it surfing because you go from, for example, $10 to 40, 50, 100, 200, 500, 1,000. And every single time you surf, you duplicate your campaign and your ad budget, the more sales you keep coming in. So that's how you go from 0 to 10,000, 20, even 50,000 like I've done before in one single day. And this is using the surfing strategy I'm going to show you guys here. And I'm going to show you how many campaigns should you have. I'm going to show you everything. So with that being said, I hope you guys are excited as much as I am. Thank you, Adrian, for introducing me. As he mentioned, Yeah, go
Brian,
ahead.
before you get started, I want to real quick, I want to say a couple things. I'm going to turn my camera off so everybody can focus on you.
Right.
Number one, let's share your screen and just make sure that all systems are go if you're ready to do that. First off, I want to say thank you for being here. People have already said, wow, it sounds like this guy knows his stuff. And I look at you and I'm like, okay, So how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 17. I started when I was early 15.
It's wild. All right. So this is so incredible because when I first started, I was like 20, 21, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, you're getting started so young. And now you got like people like your age, 15, 17 years old, that are just doing ridiculous numbers. So everybody that's watching this, I just want you to, I want you to think about this session here, who the trainer and expert is in the session. And if you got like kids, nieces, nephews, I want you to put them on to e-commerce because look, we live in a world where today you don't have to be 30 years old to start a business. He's 17 years old, very successful, absolutely crushing it. And he's about to school everybody on this event, including me on TikTok ads. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to turn my camera off. If you need me, if you have any technical issues, Brian, just let me know. I'm going to be watching and learning myself. And I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you take the reins here. And by the way, just so you know, if he shows you y'all money that he's made, okay, just because he has made X amount of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars does not mean that you're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars just like that if you do exactly what he does. We got to disclaim this. It's not magic. He is brilliant. That is why he's here. You want to mimic his success, but it's also important to understand that he probably didn't have overnight success. He put in the work and he got educated and then he crushed it. So Brian, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you take it away, dude. Thanks so much for being here.
You can see my screen correct, right?
Yes, I see the screen for sure.
All right. And just as he said, of course, you're not going to get the same results as I am. It could be less, it could be more. It depends on how long you do it for, if you stick to the program, if you following through. And I'm just very glad to see everyone that's in here that is coming in and actually sacrificing money to get knowledge. One thing I notice a lot of people do is they want to learn by themselves. So you being here and learning from the best of the best is the best thing you can be doing right now. So with that being said, what I'm showing you guys right here is a screenshot from an ad account that I had before. And basically, this is not how much I've made. This is actually how much I spent on TikTok ads. So as you guys can see, I spent over 100,000 just on this ad account running ads. And from that, my ads got over 16 million views, meaning almost 17 million people saw my ad on TikTok. So it was extremely viral. I had 250,000 clicks, meaning 250,000 people came to my website, and I had over 7,500 conversions. So, you know, I was selling the average ticket on my store was $65, $70. So you take 7,500 times that amount. And, you know, but with that being said, I'm just showing you guys what's possible here, what happens once you find your winning product, once you start scaling. But of course, you guys first want to sign up to Shopify. Adrian just put in the link right there in the chat for you guys. If you haven't signed up yet, I'm going to send it over right here again. Look, TikTok. Boom. Make sure you are signing up using this link. So I just sent it over. If there's someone who can keep just resending it just so people get it in case if they didn't. But once you open this link, you're going to come to this page right here. And basically, this is TikTok ads page. And what you want to do is just scroll down and you're just going to create your account. It's really not that complicated. Let me just see right here. All right. So you're going to choose. Let me see. All right. It's loading. Hold on. Yeah. So basically, once you click here, you're gonna put in where you from, United States. I don't know why it's just reloading, but it's very simple. I don't even gotta really explain. It's gonna ask you, what are you doing? What are you trying to sell? What's your email and stuff like that. But once you do sign up, you're gonna come to this dashboard right here. And basically, today's pin is basically how much you spent for the day. What's your balance? So this right here is 0 right now. But I'm going to teach you guys how to actually put money in your account so you can start running ads, because if you don't, you're going to go through over the whole thing that I'm teaching you right now. And once you go to publish, you actually cannot publish because it says you do not have money in your account. So you want to make sure you are putting money in before you actually, you know, go through the whole process, create your campaign, create your ads, put everything to run. Because once you reach the end, it'll be like, you don't have money in your account. You cannot do this. So make sure You do that. I'm gonna actually show you guys, so don't worry about it. And right here, you have the overview of how much you have spent, how many impressions, how many clicks, how many conversions you have, and you can set it to the date. This is basically where I showed you guys where I spent all the money. So here's the campaigns. Here's where everything is gonna happen. Here's where the magic actually happens, where you create your campaigns, on your ad groups and your ads. If you don't know, think of it as like a tree. So campaign is gonna be the main trunk, for example, the branch. And then the ad groups is gonna be the little branches that go off of it. And then the ad group, the ads is gonna be basically the leaves and, for example, the apples from the tree. So, one big thing goes into many other little things, and then to other little things. So that's a easy way to get it. Here's events. I'm gonna show you guys how to connect your event, but right now I'm gonna go straight to the point, which is basically topping up your account. So first thing we want to do is put money in. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with all this information, so let's just go through the step by step, because that will be much easier. So right here, as you can see, you can go to dashboard. I don't know if you guys saw what I did, but go to dashboard. Very simple. You're gonna click on payment right here. Click on payment. That's basically it. And once the page does load, you wanna come right down here, and you're gonna add your payment method. And this could be credit card, PayPal, it doesn't matter. So let's see, PayPal right here. So you're gonna add PayPal. All right, let me go through this. So I'll show you guys exactly how this looks like. Okay, so all right, I don't want to show you guys this information, but basically, once you do come here, it's gonna ask you to add payment. You're gonna put your credit card or your PayPal. It doesn't matter. You want to put $10 in just so you get the feeling of it, just so you can get the taste of it. But once you do, what you want to do now is actually come to events. This is right under assets. So you're gonna come to assets where it says events, and you're gonna create a web event. So you're gonna go to create a web event. You're gonna click create a pixel. And once you do, you're just gonna name the pixel, maybe the name of your store, for example. I'm just gonna do Brian Santos because I don't have a store right now for me to connect a pixel. But I'm gonna say TikTok pixel right here, which is the option to the left. Then I'm gonna select automatically set up web events via partner platforms. So it's gonna be the second option. And then we're gonna go to Shopify. We're gonna connect this to Shopify. You guys are gonna see how easy this actually is. So I have created that, and let's go right here. So now I'm at Shopify. So inside Shopify, you're gonna go to apps. You're gonna come right here to the apps platform. You're gonna click Shopify App Store. Very simple. You're gonna type in TikTok. All right, so now you have TikTok. You're gonna click on this option. So there's a bunch of like TikTok pixel stuff, TikTok plus TikTok pixels. No, you don't need any of that. None of that. You actually just need TikTok. That's the only one you want. Is this one? Is the simplest one? It's just TikTok, just plain. Don't try to confuse yourself with just TikTok. With that being said, all you're gonna do is just open the app, and once you do, right here, it's gonna open. All right, so setup in process. So continue setup, and you already created your event on TikTok. So you're just gonna connect. You click connect right here. You're gonna connect TikTok and Shopify. This is gonna be automatic, so super easy, super no coding, no nothing, just a plug and play. So right here, you're gonna connect right here. So that's my ad account right there. You're gonna click maximum. You want the maximum amount of information from your clients as possible, so you can retarget them very well, and TikTok can learn most out of it. So every single time someone actually comes to your website, TikTok is just learning what is this guy? What is he like? What does he do? Why did he came in? Did he buy? What is your ideal client? So they're gonna retarget more people inside your ads with the same kind of people. So you want to make sure you have the most amount of information on that person. So what you want to do right now is go to creatives, and the reason why you can upload this after you create your campaign as you're creating it, but sometimes I recommend you do it before. And the only reason why is because sometimes it just glitches as you're creating. And then what happens is you have to redo your entire campaign because you couldn't upload your video. So you just want to make sure you come right here to assets, creatives, and you're going to upload it right here. It's going to make it easier. So there's, no mistakes further down the line. I don't know. I'm just going to add a random video here. All right, I'll add this one. So I'll just add it right here. And once we're running our ads, once we create our ad groups, we're at the ads part. That one is going to be right there. So I can just, put it in and submit my whole campaign and it'll be ready to go. So let's just do that right now to make sure, nothing happens later down the line. Can everybody understand? Everyone following too? Can I slow down a little bit? Of course. All right, so I'll just make sure I'll go a little bit slower on you guys. It's just that I have so much for me to teach to you guys that, if I don't, hurry up a little bit, my time should be just over and I won't be able to show you guys everything that I have to show you. But with that being said, now is your time to finally create your campaign. And this is very easy. You're going to click on campaign right here. And then you're actually going to just click on create. It's very simple, create. And here you're going to do custom mode. You don't want to do simplified because, it's not going to give you the right results that you actually do want. So you want to make sure you click on custom mode, which is the option to the right. And there's a bunch of, advertising objectives here. You have reach, you have traffic, you have lead generation, you have all this stuff. But for example, lead generation is better if you are selling a course. For example, you have a marketing agency, something like that. But for example, you are running a store, an online store, and you want people to purchase inside of it. So you want conversions inside your store. So you don't want to use none of this. You actually just want to use website conversions. It's as simple as that. So right here, as you guys can see, we have our campaign name. Put the name of your store or testing 01, for example. I'll just do my name, Brian Santos, testing 01. So you just name it whatever you think is going to be easier in your head for you to actually know, like, when did I do this? Or you can just put the date. Which campaign was this? Was this the first campaign I ever created? Was it the second one? Was it the third? And then you're just going to select the middle part, which is going to be campaign budget optimization. You don't want it to be create split test or set campaign budget. It's actually the middle one. So just remember, it's always this one. Basically what CBO does, it optimizes your ad groups. So, it's right there. It says everything. It's optimizes your campaign in your ad groups. So basically you're going to have a campaign and inside of it, you're going to have, for example, 10 ad groups. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So relax. And let's say you do 50. So the least amount of money you can start off with, the daily budget is $50. But like I said, don't worry. I know you maybe said, oh, you just got to put $10 there. But this is how much the minimum you can put to spend in one day. But you don't actually got to have that money inside your account. You can just spend $10 and then you add more money if you're ready for it. But the minimum is going to be 50. But let's say you have 10 ad groups inside your campaign. So now your campaign is optimizing for 10 ad groups. So let's say one of them does better than the other 9. And TikTok is going to see like this ad group right here is performing better. It has a lower CPC, cost per click. CPC is cost per click if you don't know. So I'm going to spend more money on this one because this one is doing better. So this is why it's important to have more than one ad group and have CBO, campaign optimization, because TikTok will actually choose which one is doing better and just send traffic to that ad campaign. So with that being said, let me just move the cameras right here so I can keep moving forward. There we go. So continue. So we're going to click on continue. I hope you got this part done. Ad group, you can just do ad group 1. Very simple. You don't need to be doing too much. So now you have connected your pixel to Shopify. So you're just going to choose this one right here. You shouldn't have any issues. And you actually want to choose complete payment. Why do you not want to do, view content or search or any of the other ones? Is basically what is it that you want people to do in your website? Do you want them to purchase, or do you want them to just look at your product? You want them to purchase, right? So you want to tell TikTok, I want you to send more people that purchases. So this is exactly what it's going to do. So this is why you want complete payment. You want to select placement. You want to take out Pango. You just want to run it on TikTok. I have actually tried Pango. It's not good at all. So just unselect it. You just want TikTok right here. And now you have, oh yeah, so I didn't show you, but you're going to click on advanced settings right here. It's going to be blue. And then you have user comments, you have video download, and you have video sharing. So do you want people to comment in your videos? What I noticed is some people, once they, some people like to hate on the comments and stuff. So it's up to you. Are you going to be checking in for those comments? Are you going to be deleting them? Are you going to either, reply to them? Are you going to be answering questions? Are you going to be able to do all that? Because if you're not, I would just turn this off right here. Maybe you can turn this on later down the line. But if you're not going to pay attention to those comments and you're not going to answer, and maybe it could affect your, the people that are looking at the comments. Maybe someone's saying, oh, I don't know, it's going to take too long to deliver, or this or that. It doesn't matter what they're saying. If they're hating in some way, if other people see those comments, they may not like it and they may not purchase from it because of those comments. So video download, you definitely want to turn it off. You don't want anyone stealing your creatives, your videos that you're running. So you don't want them to actually just go ahead and steal your videos, right? Video sharing, you can leave that one on because people can actually send your video to more people, which leads to more engagement and, more people are seeing your ads. You want to turn on automated creative optimization. You want to turn this on. And so remember what I told you guys about. So we are doing CBO, so which is campaign optimization. So it's going to optimize to send and spend more money on the ad group that is doing the best. So this one's the same thing, but inside your ad groups, you have ads, right? And basically what it's going to do is going to optimize to spend more money in the best ads. So now you have a campaign optimizing for the best ad group and your ad group optimizing for the best ads. So you're going to be spending, so TikTok is basically going to be spending your money very wisely. It's going to give you the best results possible. So don't worry about it at all. And your location, if you're running as United States, whatever it is, here is where you choose it. Languages, if you're already choosing, United States, you don't got to put anything, but just in case you don't want to get any other languages, you can just choose English. And does your product have a gender? If it's a beauty product for women, then you can just go ahead and choose female. If it doesn't, then you can just choose all. It doesn't matter. Like I said, TikTok will optimize. So for example, let's say you want female and male. TikTok is gonna see like who likes this product the most. Is it female or is it male? And then they're actually gonna push it to more of that audience, right? So you don't have to worry about it too much unless it is specific to that gender. Ages, you want to put from 18 to 55 plus. The same thing is right here. TikTok is such a smart platform. For example, if you ever watch TikTok on your phone, if you're like a customer, you see that they put inside your For You page exactly the videos that you actually enjoy watching. So if you like football, they're gonna start putting football videos inside your For You page. So you don't gotta worry about it too much because they know who is your target audience. So you can put from 18 to 55. If they say your audience is 18 years old, they're not going to be really sending it to 55 years olds. They're going to be sending it to 18 years olds. So don't worry about it either. Interest. This is the big difference between Facebook and TikTok, in my opinion. In Facebook, I see a lot of people tell you that you gotta, make different ad groups, and each ad group gotta have different interests. So you gotta test interest and that stuff, right? And the difference between TikTok and Facebook is that on TikTok, it's always broad. At least from what I experienced, like I showed you guys, I spent $100,000 on TikTok just on that ad account, right? Not counting the other ones. And I never created a single ad group with an interest in it. It's all open, it's all broad. And TikTok learns very quickly with their AI. So they have a very smart AI too. So they know what's your target audience, how old are they, what's their gender, what kind of videos they like to watch, and they'll send it to the right person. So you don't need to worry about this either. No targeting expansion. And then let's say, for example, you are setting up your campaign at, for example, 7 p.m., right? It's almost night, you're setting up your campaign, but it takes 1 hour, 2, 5 hours, maybe even 10 hours for your campaign to get approved by TikTok, because they do gotta approve it. So let's say it's 7 p.m. and let's say it takes 5 hours for TikTok to approve your campaigns. It's gonna start running at 12 a.m. at night. No one is really awake at 12 a.m. at night, right, guys? So you don't want to start spending your money like when nobody is gonna buy anything. So if that's the case, you can just put it right here. So today is the 5th. I can just put it to start running tomorrow, for example, at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. And you just put the time tomorrow in the morning. So you're not, wasting your money at midnight when nobody's gonna buy it. So you can also select specific times. So let's say, for example, you don't want to be turning on, for example, you don't want to spend a lot of money when nobody's going to buy it. And I would say that nobody is really buying anything from 12 a.m. to like 6 a.m., right? So what you can do is just go right here and select this portion. So it's basically every single day of the week, it's going to run from 6 to midnight, and then it's gonna automatically turn the campaign off, and then it'll start running the next day again. So you don't have to worry about turning off your campaign and wasting money at midnight when nobody's gonna buy. So that's a nice thing to do. With that being said, that is basically it. So how long did I take to do that? Probably 10 minutes, and that's because I'm explaining you guys how to do it, right? Imagine if I was just going over everything and I wasn't actually teaching you guys, I would have done that in 5 minutes. So it's so easy. So right here, you're at the ads part. This is what they're going to see in the other side of the screen, right? This is what they are watching. So this is a very important part right here. You guys got to pay a lot of attention to this. So let's say, for example, you're selling an LED light. You want it to look nice. You want it to be very presentable. So the name of your store, you might want it to be LED light. And then what you can do is to make it seem very legit, you can search up TM right here. And then you go ahead and take the TM right here, trademark. Never mind. So this is not the one. Yeah, TM right here, little small TM. Copy that. Paste it right here. So LED light trademark seems very legit, right? Someone sees that, this is a very legit store. So this is a way to name your store, right? You want it to look nice. You don't want it to be like this. LED light. That looks horrible. You don't want that, right? So you want to make it look, in case if you didn't see it, LED light. Imagine you're seeing an ad and the name of the store is LED light, like this. And not like this. So just think of that when you're naming your store, when you're putting it out to the people. So for example, one thing I noticed, let me actually put my computer to charge. I just don't want it to die right now. Give me 1 second. And if you guys have any questions, meanwhile, I put my my computer to charge, put it in the chat right now. I'm actually gonna answer a couple of questions in case you guys have any. And just give me 1 second to put the computer to charge just to make sure we don't end the call right here. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. All right, are you guys able to follow with the class? Is it clear? Are you guys stuck? How is it? I think it's a very easy platform for you to set up. You know, I never really had a lot of issues with it. I think it's very good. Are these ads meant to market a product or our store on general? So I don't ever recommend you run ads to a store with a bunch of products. What you want to do is you want to probably test one product at a time, right? So I'm pretty sure you guys built a store with Adrian, so you have a couple of products in there. You don't want to send it to the home page. You actually want to send it to a specific product. Let's say, oh, I think out of those 20 products, I think this one has the, you know, more chances to go viral and the more chances to actually do well. So you go ahead and you taste just the page for that product in specific. So that's what I recommend you doing as far as that goes. Good info, clear, good, yes. All right, so you guys seem to be doing pretty good. Missed the pixel setup, manual or auto? Auto. You want to just automatically connect it with Shopify. It's very easy. I'm also pretty sure they're recording this class here, so you guys can just come back to it. So, all right, so we have the name of our ads now, right? So we want to actually just choose a picture for it. So let's go right here and search a LED light. Let's see. What would be an attractive image? All right, so for example, this right here, no, this is a no right here. You don't want to put your profile picture as this. Let's see. If I was to choose one, let me see which one would I choose. Right. For example, like this right here, maybe like this. This looks dope right here. It looks way better than, for example, this right here. So let's choose this one. Let's see how it looks. So we're gonna just download this image right here, save. All right, save it. We're gonna boom right here. 184, I think is the name of it, right? Oh, that's a web image. Let's try to find one that we can actually use. Let me see, what is this? Let's try to download this one. Can I use this one here? 3059, that's the name of it. There you go. All right. You see, this looks very solid, you know, compared to this right here that I showed you guys. You don't want to use this. It doesn't look good. But this is just like, this is just the first product that came to mind, right? I know LEDs light will not sell, at least these ones that I'm showing you guys, but it's the first product that came to mind. It's just an example, but this is how you probably want to name it. It'll look very legit. You want a nice picture for it. And remember what I told you guys about uploading your video before, so you don't run into any issues right at, you know, you're about to finish, you know, creating your whole campaign, and then you have a problem uploading your video here, and then you gotta redo everything. So this is where you go from library, and your video is right here. So I know we have a creative here that has nothing to do with LED light. Just pretend it all makes sense right here, because you already have your story, you know, your product. I just don't have it right now. But you know, let's keep on going. So what I recommend you guys doing is having 3 to 5 creatives for you to start with. Don't start with 1 or 2. The reason for it is, remember we turned on optimization for creatives. If you have only 1 creative, how is TikTok going to optimize it, right? How is TikTok going to know which one's the best if you're not giving it any options? So you want to have 3 to 5. I only have 1 right here, but you already know. Use 3 to 5 creatives before going on and creating your campaign. And what you want to do is, because you chose creative optimization, like I showed you, it'll give you options to add up to 5 copies. So what it does right here is, let me see. So we can do free. Let's just add some random stuff here. So you'll add this as it makes sense to your store. So if you're offering free shipping, do free shipping. Go very cool LED lights. I'm not sure, LED lights. Right. So actually, let's do this. ChatGPT. Let's see what ChatGPT can get us. So if you guys don't know ChatGPT, it's an awesome tool for you to just create copy for anything. It'll insert questions. This is like the new Google. So let's see. Create 5 ad copy for my TikTok ad about LED lights. Let's see what TikTok gives us. All right, so these are too long. I'll explain to you guys why you don't want it to be too long. Make it 35 characters or less. So let's see. All right, there we go. Amazing. Look at this. Beautiful. So right here, I have 5 ad copies from TikTok. I basically just said, create 5 ad copy for my TikTok ad about LED lights. It gave me pretty long description. I don't want that. So I just said, make it at least 35 characters or less. And here it is. So I'm going to add this one. All right. So free shipping, I'll add this one right here. I'll add this one right here. I don't think you can have emojis. So just take off the emojis. There you go. All right, so you have 5 ad copies now. And why did I say I don't want to use long format like text right here? Like, why do I not want to have, a long description? Like, I know on Facebook, sometimes you can have longer descriptions, but why do you not want to do that on TikTok? So let's say, for example, I type in a bunch right here. Look what happens at the bottom. You see, it doesn't fit. It starts to go like, I cannot show more text here in this video. Like, it ends right here. So I cannot type in more than about 35 characters. And what will happen is it just won't show what I wrote in there. So if you write, oh, you have free shipping because of this and this and that, and they'll just be like, oh, what they read is like, I have free shipping, but the rest they'll have to actually click on it to see. So you just want to make sure that doesn't happen. So make it very short. So that doesn't happen. They can actually see the full text, or you see they can see they're getting free shipping. So if that makes sense, right here, let's just add a website. I don't even know what website to add. Let's see. Let's see if I can just add this right here. And there you go. You can just add that right there. So this is where it's going to be your website URL. Obviously, I'm just putting a random store name right here from Shopify because I don't have a store right now that I can just put in here. And you're going to click on edit standard. You don't want dynamic. You actually want to go to the standard and you want to put shop now. You don't want to have like learn more. Like what are they going to learn more about on your website? They want to actually go in and buy. You want people to buy. So you're going to do shop now. You can go ahead and maybe get like order now, which is basically the same thing. So remember what I said back then for creative optimization. Remember I told you guys to turn that on. So notice what happens now. If you didn't turn that on, what would happen? I would have 1 creative and 1 text, and that equals 1 single creative, right? Now, because I added creative optimization, it gave me the option to have 5 texts And one creative times 5 texts equals 5 creatives. So I have 5 creatives now. And because I have 2 call to action, so 5 times 2 actually equals 10. So instead of having, from turning one thing on, instead of having one creative, I have 10 now, as you guys can see right here. So now I have 10 ads just from one creative. Imagine if you have 3 and 5, how many creatives would you give TikTok for them to actually optimize and be like, oh, this one is the best out of the 25, you know? So the more options you give it, the higher the chance. You don't want to turn this thing on, because what happens when you do? Once people are searching on TikTok Creative Center, which is where they do sometimes research for them to find products, what happens is it'll show videos of people running ads inside their platform. If you show this right here, people will be able to search LED lights and they'll see you. Whatever your video is saying, they'll be able to actually see your ads and be able to copy you and do just like you are. So you don't want to turn this on right here. You can actually just move on without doing that. And now what you want to do is submit. You know, this is very simple. I think it's going to ask me for information to add money to it. Yep. So you wouldn't have had this problem right here that I'm having right now if you added money when I told you to. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to unshare my screen. I'm actually going to put some money in here just so we can keep, we can keep going with the course. And while I do that, I want you guys to just put your understanding the course, you understanding everything that I'm saying in the chat. And meanwhile, I'm actually going to just stop sharing just so I can, put some money in so I can show you guys. Am I still sharing? I'm not sure. Adrian, are you there? Am I still sharing my screen?
Yep. Yeah, you're still sharing your screen. Let me, I think I can click your name and unshare your screen. I can stop your sharing. Let's see.
Yeah, can you please do that just so I can? So yep. As I was mentioning, you want to make sure you top up before so you don't get into any of this. So this is what you guys want to do before. So with that being said.
Yeah, well, you add your credit card info. I know sometimes it's hard to,
right,
type and stuff while you're trying to talk to people as well. It's always good if you're running ads to know that you got a little bit more than you need to run ads in there. Eventually, if you do run on TikTok consistently, they can upgrade your account to automatic payments. I had spent over $100,000 on my TikTok account before they finally upgraded it to automatic payments, because it does suck when you're running ads, you're making money, you're getting sales, and then your balance runs out and you're like, oh crap, I'm at dinner and I got to top up my account and I got to go add some more money in there. That's the one little pain point with TikTok. But if you become consistent, generally they'll give you a rep and they'll upgrade your account to automatic payments. They also just want to make sure you have a good history of putting money in, because if they let you spend a bunch of money on a bunch of money and your credit card declines or something like that, that's not good business for them. So they like for you to build up a little bit of a history as well. Do you have? Are you good to go?
Hold on.
Okay. How many of you have enjoyed this so far, though? Look,
yep.
This is what having a network of experts can do for you. I mean, just a quick question. I can't say that Brian will be there, but I'm certainly going to invite him and the team. But for our experience mastermind that we've put together, that I know many of you actually have calls booked and many of you have already joined. Congratulations, by the way. How many of you in here would like to spend time physically where you can say, here are my ads, here's my computer, check out what I'm doing. What would you recommend with someone like Brian? People at this level, just go ahead and type in mastermind in the chat box. That's kind of what that experience is all about. It's about being able to get in the room with people that are experts and have them actually go over your stuff, learn from them, pick up golden nuggets. So I just wanted to point that out. Brian, you'll certainly be invited to the mastermind if you can make it, and we'll give you the dates. If if it's something that you would like to attend with us. And I know Zendrop's definitely going to be there too, along with probably Shine On and some others. But if your account is topped up, I'll let you go ahead and take it because we got about 12 more minutes or so.
Great. Yep, I got it. So
cool.
And all right. So we're back. And sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much, Adrian. I would love to come to the mastermind, spend more time with people that's doing exactly what I want to do, right? So I'm sure you guys are also. But with that being said, so now we actually have right here our campaign. We finally done it, guys. You finally done it. So give a round of applause to yourself. You did a great job. So now you have your campaign. And now what you actually want to know is how everything works here. So now you have your campaign, but what is this? Like, what is CPC? What is CPM? What is click? Like, what is CTR? What is CPA? CVR? There's all these little things here that I don't know about. So CPA is cost per click, is how much you pay for every single person that goes to your store. So that's very simple. And then you have, let's keep on going here. You have CPM. What is CPM? CPM is cost per 1,000 views. So how much are you paying TikTok for every 1,000 people they show your ads to? What is CTR? CTR is click-through rate. Click-through rate is how many out of 100 people clicks on the ad. So if 100 people sees your ad and 2 of them clicks on your ad and goes to your store, your CTR is going to be 2%. So CPA, cost per acquisition, cost per, purchase. Basically, you put your CPA as complete payment back there when you were creating your campaign, remember? So how much does it cost for every single person that purchases in your website? You usually want this to be lower than your break-even point. And what is a break-even point? Is if you're selling a product for $50 and you're spending $20 to send this product to your customer, so you have $30 profit there that you can run ads with and make money out of. So your break-even point is $30, meaning your CPA can not be higher than $30, because if it's higher than $30, you're losing money. So you want your CPA to be lower than your break-even point. So just keep that in mind. But now I'm gonna teach you the surfing strategy, because you don't want to make one sale and then what, right? So you want to go from 0 to 5 to 10 to 20,000. It doesn't matter, but it's not possible if you don't scale your store. So if you're getting sales, you're ready to start surfing. This is what we call it. So basically on surfing, what you want to do is have multiple campaigns, multiple ad groups. You want to have multiple ads. One of the most important parts for TikTok is actually creatives. Like, it's videos. Like, what are you putting in front of the people? As you know, TikTok is all about videos. So the more creatives you have, the more, opportunity you have, because you're giving TikTok choices to choose from, right? So you want to continue making creatives. So you want to be making like 5 to 20 creatives every single week. I know that seems very overwhelming, but you don't have to make a whole different style of creative. You can get like one video and make 5 different copies for it. So one video with 5 different things that you're saying inside of it, and you can just kind of do the same thing over and over again. So the more creatives you have, the more choices you are giving to TikTok to optimize and get you more sales. So with that being said, you also want to have more campaigns. How many campaigns do I need? After you get your first sales, I recommend you go to 3 campaigns. So every single day, you'll have 3 campaigns optimizing for 10 ad groups, optimizing for 25 ads, for example. So you're having a higher and a higher chance to actually succeeding. So you're going to start with $50 every single day on the 3 accounts. It doesn't matter if this account made $1,000 today and the others one made nothing. The next day, you still want to start all of them with the same budget. And the reason for it is because it doesn't matter if it got sales yesterday. Maybe the one that didn't get any sales yesterday will be the one to actually get a lot of sales today. So you start them all with the same budget every single day. And as you get sales with that campaign, you start surfing. Like I explained to you guys right at the start when I came here and I was explaining how does surfing work? How do you scale? So right now we have 50, right, is our budget daily. This is the minimum we can have daily. You make a sale and you're profitable. Like I told you, to be profitable, your CPA has to be lower than your break even. You duplicate this to 100 now. You got another sale and you're still profitable, go to 200. You're still getting sales and you're still profitable, go to 400. Are you still getting sales and still profitable? And you just keep on going. As long as you're profitable and you keep getting sales, you just keep scaling this budget, because the more money you give to TikTok, the more money is going to give back to you as long as you're profitable, right? The more people you be bringing into your website. So that's basically how surfing works. I think this is just like, I went over everything here with you guys. I gave you everything, my whole strategy I actually used to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars with TikTok. I'm not saying you'll get the same results. It could be higher, it could be lower. It really just depends if you're really gonna be consistent. I think consistency is key. It's not gonna be your first product. It's not gonna be, it could be your first product, but you gotta learn that it's about testing. You gotta test different things, different products. You gotta optimize. Maybe there's one thing here I didn't mention that you might find out and do differently than I just showed you, and you may get awesome results. So just keep in mind that you gotta think for yourself also, right? You don't want to just follow through everything I said, but not think for yourself and think, oh, he just gave me everything. No, I gave you basic, I gave you everything you need to start, but doesn't mean this will be like this forever. You want to optimize yourself. You want to keep thinking, what are some ways that I can do better? What are some things I can test? Because if you're really making a lot of money, what does it really cost you to test different things? Maybe you may just get better results. You never know. So you want to keep optimizing, keep testing. With that being said, we have like 4 minutes left here on the stage. I have 4 minutes left, and Adrian's going to keep on going. But all right, so thank you guys so much for bringing me here. I'm so excited. I'll answer a couple of questions. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments right here. Do we create our own videos or do we get them from the internet? You can actually get in trouble if you're scaling with videos of other people, if you're stealing content from the internet. But what you can do is, there's a tool called Snaptic where you can copy a link from a video on TikTok that you might have found, and you can download that video. But I don't recommend just running that video. What I recommend is bring it to an editing software, edit it a little bit, add text on top of it, add something on top of it, edit it, make your own thing, and then run ads on it. But you're still using someone else's content. So after you get your first sale, you get your maybe like 5 sales. So now you know your product is working. You know you're gonna keep on selling, right? So now you're like, oh, I can invest on this now. I can invest on my own business. What you can do is order that product to your house and record your own videos, or pay an influencer to record videos with your product, because they already know what they're doing, right? So you can start with kind of getting videos from the internet, just optimizing to yourself, but just don't go and download a video and just start running ads on top of it. I don't recommend, because you could get in trouble for that. All right, let's see, any more questions? Can you walk through your typical day and what do you do on TikTok? So there's not much you can actually do. Is once you start selling, all you're gonna do is just keep on checking to see if you're not losing money. So you're gonna walk in, you're gonna start your day with $50 every single day throughout your campaigns. You're gonna see which one's doing well. You're gonna start scaling and just make sure you're not losing money. But with that being said, Adrian, take the platform. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate
Hey, dude. Thanks so much for being here on a Sunday. I really appreciate it. I know you probably have a lot to do. You got business to run. And you've provided some incredible content for everyone. It's mind blowing. I'm just looking at everybody saying, thank you, Brian, in the chat box. And again, I'll talk with you about coming to our mastermind in Mississippi, and we might potentially do one at our place in Florida too, at the beach. And maybe, you can come down and do some more training if you want to at this mastermind, kind of share more with everybody. I know everybody wants to learn more from you. So yeah, I just appreciate it, dude. And I'm going to go ahead and bump you from co-host, and you can turn your camera off and everything. Enjoy your day. Thanks so much, bro. It was awesome, awesome content.
I appreciate you, man. Have a great day. I'll be pleasure to come and be on a mastermind with you guys. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.
All right, man. See you. Awesome. All right. Yeah. So it's just so incredible to see, people from all over the world, all different ages, crushing with e-commerce. Like one of my good friends, Ezra, is my age. He's running a massive e-commerce company. And then we have guys like Brian that are 17 that are absolutely crushing it with e-commerce and TikTok ads in a different way. And so what I try to do in my business, and this is a big part of running a successful e-commerce business or just a business in general, there are always additional ways that you can add streams of potential income to your business. And how many of you in here would agree, the more streams of traffic and revenue you have, the more longevity, stability, and security you have in your business? Say, I agree, right? And it's like, if you're always spending your time doing, again, all of those tedious things, you don't have the ability to go and network. You don't have the ability to go and learn new things because you're stuck, right, doing these tedious tasks. So what I always strive to do, again, was learn it myself, of course. Like you want to know stuff. That's why we teach it, but then automate it as well so I can start learning more about TikTok. When people were telling me about TikTok, I was running my own Facebook ads at the time, and I was like, I'm crushing it with Facebook. I'm crushing it with Facebook. Everybody's like, no, TikTok. I'm telling you, you got to run TikTok ads. And I slept on TikTok ads for like 6 to 7 months. And then when I finally went to TikTok ads, ran some myself, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a gold rush here. It's like Facebook back in 2011. I got to hit this hard. And that's when I went in and I started paying an agency 10 grand a month to run my ads for me. So it's always important to be able to have some mind space, if you will, to learn the new things that are happening so you don't get stuck in the past. And God, Brian, pushing us toward the future. So a lot of you are asking about UG's, you're asking about how you get ads for TikTok and how do you get ads for Facebook and videos. This next segment, I'm going to bring on another one of our media buyers who we pay a ridiculous amount of money to teach you something called UGC ads, user generated content, where they actually film videos of the product for you, a lot like Brian was just showing you, that you can run on TikTok. Because I knew that once you saw TikTok, you're going to be like, okay, how do I get ads like this made? And our goal here is to teach you everything we can in this short period of time in 3 days. So I'm going to bring on in just a moment OU. I'm going to make sure he's in here. By the way, for those of you that just can't seem to find the link to book a phone call with our team to learn more and ask questions about our Platinum Accelerator and our Experience Mastermind, who now you can see Brian has agreed to come there and teach. You could spend time with Brian just on a TikTok ads breakout session potentially, right? We were able to get the link at the bottom of the video now. So it's launchpadworkshop.com/call us. The calendars yesterday did get full. Like all the calls last night got booked, and like pretty much the whole day today ended up getting booked. Some people had to cancel and try to shift things around. So there might be some space for calls today. I don't know. You just have to go to launchpadworkshop.com/call us, and you can book a call. And from there, you can ask the more detailed questions about the mastermind and the Platinum Accelerator, where our team kind of just runs everything for you. And by the way, remember, one of the bonuses that Anthony kind of forced into the mastermind was where we pay our agency to run your ads for you for 2 months, which is an incredible value. I mean, just for one agency, we're paying $10,000. So it's kind of crazy. But now what I want to do is I want to bring on another brilliant mind. And a funny thing about the guy that's coming on now, Jordan Smith, he is his brother and him they lived in Florida, close to where we live. I am going to unpin. Hold on. So I'm going to unpin Brian, remove pin, and now I'm going to pin Jordan. So Jordan, when you when you want to, you can share your cam, and I'll make sure you're pinned so everybody can see you. But I can't remember, OU. You tell the story, but I can't remember if you and your brother ended up going through one of my first courses ever on e-commerce and starting e-commerce businesses. And now you have your own agency where you run ads and you run our ads, and you've crushed it with e-commerce businesses. You absolutely crush it for our businesses. And one of my favorite strategies that you teach, I know you're not going to be able to teach it today, is called the ROAS strategy. ROAS stands for return on ad spend. However, he makes it sound like a Rolls Royce. That's when we know a campaign is going to be golden. So let's see, Jordan, if I can pin you real quick. There you are.
Awesome.
What's up, my guy? How you doing?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yep. Awesome. Well, appreciate you. Thank you for inviting me on today. Thank you everyone for your time. Super excited to go through UGC with you all. Can I get a couple ones in the chat if everybody's doing good? Let's send some ones. I love seeing it. So I've been around the Morrison brothers for many, many years. My brother actually introduced me through it was a t-shirt program that Adrian was running like years ago. So before print on demand took off, like they had Teespring, and Adrian had a course on Teespring teaching you how to sell shirts with different designs and stuff. So that was my intro into Facebook ads. I if anybody remembers, I am from Florida, so Tallahassee's down the road from where I'm at. And Jameis Winston got in trouble for stealing some crab legs. So my first design was Jameis Winston running with a crab instead of a football. So that's kind of where I really got my inspiration into figuring out how to run ads online. I didn't get any sales with that shirt. I actually was going through the process, just trying to figure things out. Got a little scared. So through my tenure in this game, scared money doesn't make money, and you got to put things out to actually get a return. And I thank Adrian a lot for kickstarting my whole experience in this journey. I've been buying ads for about 10 years now. I've had a lot of success. Recently went freelance and started doing my own business for myself. I've worked at agencies previously, and I've just done a lot of things in this game. So really, like I said, really excited to explain UGC to you guys. Really excited to just show the full opportunity that exists, but to give further background on like kind of who I am. But my name is Jordan. I've been a media buyer for 10 years. I currently live in California, but I'm back home in the state of Florida visiting family. And, I spend a lot of money on ads, upwards of 30, 40, 50K a day on Facebook, particularly. And I work with a lot of UGC content. That's where a lot of the big scale comes from in the accounts that I'm managing. So super excited to show you guys some of those examples. But first, we will get started with what is UGC. So before I go, I do talk fast. Screen.
I don't think your screen shared.
I'm not sharing it yet. I do talk fast, as you guys have kind of probably already experienced that a little bit. So if at any point I need to slow down, somebody let me know. Somebody say something in the chat. If you don't understand anything, put it there, and we'll try and get to you. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it off with sharing my screen. Hopefully this works. Looks like screen sharing is paused. Hold on.
Yeah, when you get it loaded, I'll turn my camera off and I'll let you take it away. And just to triple check on time, Kanan, how long is this segment slotted for? I just want to make sure Jordan knows. Okay, can you get this timer set up here, because it says an hour? All right, we look like we got your screen shared. Yep. OU. Yep. Cool. You're good with 30 minutes or so.
Sweet. That cool. I can do. All right.
I'm going to shut up.
To give everyone background on why if you can't see how my name's spelled, there is a U in my name. So the O and U differentiates me from all the other Jordans in the world. So OU is a little bit easier, especially when you're in a room full of Jordans, which has happened to me a lot in my life. So let's get it started. You can call me OU. What is UGC? So UGC stands for user generated content, and it refers to any content created and shared by consumers on an online platform. You see this on TikTok, you see this on Instagram, you see this on Twitter, you see this on Facebook. Every platform basically has UGC at this point. You and I look for other people that have similar features to us to listen and take advice from when purchasing products, devices, consumer packaged goods. It pays well, or you can have a lot of influence from somebody that just seems like an everyday person versus a high production video shot from, you know, some very expensive video production agency. So UGC can include text, images, video reviews, and social media posts. It can be a valuable tool for businesses to build brand awareness and engage with their audience. Okay, that did not. All right, so I can just click to go on to the next one. Who uses UGC? So any company or organization that has an online presence and engages with customers on social media or other online platforms can benefit from UGC. So that's any business, even if you run a brick and mortar business, which I've worked with as well on the local business space. If you have, you know, like a plumbing business, you could leverage UGC. If you have a window cleaning business, you can leverage UGC. So there's a wide variety of applications here for user-generated content. So some other examples, fashion and beauty brands such as Glossier, Lululemon, they use UGC to showcase real customers wearing and using their products. Travel companies such as Airbnb use user-generated photos and reviews to showcase rental properties and destinations. So I was on Airbnb's Instagram earlier, and if you go back now, they have a slightly different approach, but back in 2021 2020 they were leveraging a lot of content created by people staying in properties that were on the marketplace that is Airbnb. So here's an example. This is a paid ad example. If you guys are familiar with Facebook ads and you are a media buyer yourself and have run ads, and you may be familiar with this screen or the screenshot on the left here. So this is a paid ad, an ad currently being run by Glossier. I can't play the video, it would take more time. And if I did that with all my examples, we'd be here forever. So we'll just use a screenshot for now. And this particular video, she's reviewing like a lipstick or a lip gloss product and talking about the different shades, applying the shade, going through it, giving her real impression on the product and how it fits for her. So that is just an example of a big brand leveraging user-generated content in their paid ads. They're putting dollars behind these ads. They're not just putting it on social media and hoping somebody comes across it and finds it and buys the product. They are actually putting money behind the ads because a lot of these ads are created with intent to run in paid media to drive sales. So there's a little bit more, they're kind of designed in a way. And we'll get into how do you design a UGC ad if it's supposed to be user generated. You don't just want people running off and creating their own things all the time, because you may not get the best product or the best end result that's going to drive conversions and sales for you. So giving them some direction, what we call briefs, is important. And we'll get into that. So going on to the next example, as I mentioned earlier, I was on an Airbnb, going through their Instagram, checking out different examples. So this one's from 2022. So Airbnb, this is a photo sent in by somebody that stayed at one of their properties. There's a multiple photos, a lot of engagement, a lot of likes on this photo. I mean, it's a pretty interesting photo. You don't often see a layout of houses or structures in this way, so it's very eye-catching. From an organic standpoint, just posting it on Instagram, it's going to catch attention just because the nature of the photo, where it's at, the location of it, everything about this photo is very engaging. And then you can scroll through the rest of the slides and a bunch of communication going on the right-hand side. So just examples. Lululemon, ambassadors is also another term for like user content creators or people that make UGC. So Lululemon leverages ambassadors to do like this. In this example, it's a 30-minute yoga session. So they're encouraging people to come and join this session and leveraging a video made by this individual here. So this isn't Lululemon, the brand, showing up to the studio, shooting the content. This is an individual that is an ambassador of Lululemon that has created this content for them, sent it to the brand, and the brand has now repurposed it to help promote her 30-minute yoga session that she has an agreement with Lululemon to do. So an ambassador is probably like a little bit higher level than like your average content creator, but they are creating content for the brand that is user generated. So it comes across differently. It appears differently in the newsfeed. If you and I were to view this product in the newsfeed or see this product in the newsfeed or see this ad, it would look less like an ad. And that's kind of the goal of ads and paid ads in general. You don't want them to look like ads. The less that it looks like an ad, kind of like the more convincing that ad could be, because people are it's going to catch their attention. It's going to suck them in. It's going to get the message across and convey the things that you need to convey in order to for them to go on and buy. So you pre-frame them in the ad the right way. They go on to the next step and buy your product. So how to find UGC creators. So definitely, like, we're doing a bunch of talking about it. How do you actually source these individuals? You guys have gone through Facebook training, you have gone through TikTok training. Now it's like, how do I find the creatives that I'm using in these ads that we just learned how to run? Well, social media honestly might be your best friend. There's a lot of content or a lot of people on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok that are posting that they do user generated content. They're in the hashtags, they're in the reels, they're in the feeds, they're pretty much everywhere. And when you use certain keywords to find them, like UGC creator, it's very easy and very apparent at how many people are kind of A, just getting started, or B, like been in the game for some time now, have a lot of experience. So depending upon where you are at in your business, you can work with either side of the spectrum, meaning that you can get somebody that's very budget friendly, but it's going to get you a good product, good end result, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to do that. Whereas like if you were to go to an agency or hire like some creative service to make all these videos for your product, it can get very, very costly. But on the higher end, you could work with a content creator that has had a lot of experience driving sales for brands, and they may cost you a little bit more, but they may also come with more details about how much revenue did they drive, or how many clicks did they get, or how many impressions did they serve. Like, not so much the vanity metrics, but the important things like what is your average conversion rate of a video. So you can start asking more detailed questions for more tenured people in this space to get a better idea of like, what is my return if I'm going to be spending, $400, $500, $600 on one single video. You would kind of want to know like, what is your, what is the potential, the earning potential here before you make that investment. So, but on the lower end, you do like, those people are more like, they're getting started, they're more eager to work with brands and more eager to take like a better opportunity or better offer that suits where they're at in their journey. So to talk about how do you actually find them? So they're like I said, they're already existing in these spaces. They're posting on Twitter, they're posting on TikTok, and we'll go into that a little bit. But also there's Facebook groups. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Facebook groups already. Both the brothers, Morrison brother Adrian and Anthony, have Facebook groups that we're probably all a part of. I've been a part of it for years, where they're just communities. They're central hubs for people to come and communicate. And these communities exist for content creators as well, that you can join and go source a content creator within that community for your specific product. It's kind of like putting out a job post in a Facebook group. Hey, I'm looking for a creator that is interested in making products within this industry. And like I said, we'll get into more examples. So that's how to find. Finding means you're actively going out and searching for them. You are looking, scouring through posts, through tweets, all of this, that, and the other. So when it comes to sourcing, there are platforms that exist for people to kind of sign up and promote that they are advertising this service. And you as a buyer, like they're the seller, you're the buyer, you come on and you put up your job posts, or you search for people in the marketplace or in their listings to look for specific freelancers on certain topics. So there's platforms like Aspire IQ, Upfluence, Billo, or Billio, I'm not sure on the pronunciation of that one, and Upwork. So you guys are all familiar with Upwork. That's probably something you've all used before to hire other people. You can also find content creators on Upwork. But as for the other three platforms, those are very influencer specific platforms. So there are additional fees associated with making the work easier for you to source these people, right? So that's why the platforms is an option, but also finding and going direct with a creator is another option. It just really depends on what you do, what your bandwidth, what kind of money you have. And like, if it's your first time, it might be easier to go source a creator so you kind of understand the ebb and flow of how this relationship works, what information they need, what information you need. And then just like other examples, there's kind of a little bit more structure on the platform side, because those platforms provide you with more details about what you need from these creators, or what you need to provide as a buyer, and what they need to provide as a seller. So Backstage is also another platform that you can go and source creators on, but these are more like actors and actresses that have some kind of like media training, right? So they know how to speak in front of a camera. They've experienced this before. They can be very convincing in front of a camera. So you can give them more, guidelines, and they nail it like right away. But it's also going to cost, like the costs associated with that are going to be slightly different than if you were to work on like Aspire, Upfluence, Billo, or even going to find creators on Twitter or Instagram, TikTok, so on and so forth. Another good place is your customer feedback and review. So people leave reviews on your store already. They sometimes leave images. They sometimes leave videos. You see this happen on Amazon a lot. You go to the Amazon review section, there's a lot of video, image responses, video responses. So these people are already creating content for your brand, sharing their story, sharing their experience. So like, why not continue to work with them? They have already gone above and beyond to share it. Like you may have asked in a very passive way with an email, or maybe you reached out to them like, hey, I would really love a review. And then they went above and beyond providing the images, videos, so on and so forth. Well, those people may have the energy and the aptitude to create more content, even though they haven't advertised that service, because you reached out to them and opened up their eyes to the opportunity. They'd be more willing to do more content, and you can work out a pretty good deal with those people as well. So that's just like another place that you can go source content to be created from people that have a touch point with your brand already. So one thing I haven't been monitoring is the chat, and I have it on my screen. Just want to stop and pause real quick, see if there's any high level questions. Okay, all right, okay, I see some Upwork and Fiverr reviews. Awesome, Fiverr, good to know for a drop shipper. Yes, if you are drop shipping, so that is one thing I did leave out. You do need to get the product to the people. So you will need to find a way to ship it to them, whether you carry stock, whether they have, or whether you're drop shipping and carrying it in a warehouse or carrying it in China. You do need to get the product to them so they can create the video content for it. Let's see, is he saying I go on to these platforms, use the content photos they post, use that photo on my ad? When it comes to the freelancer platforms, you're putting out specific requests for people to make content specifically for your product. So there may not be things that exist on that platform already. They will be creating unique content specifically for you based off of your direction and requirements. So you're going to tell them like how long the video should be, what they need to talk about, things of that nature. Okay. Boom. A percentage of sales. So I'm a media buyer. I see what kind of volume. So the question is, can you give them a percentage of the sales? From a media buyer perspective, I would limit my exposure to offering that opportunity. For the right people, it makes the most sense. For a creator that's been tenured, they've been in the game a while, they have a lot of experience, they're known to drive sales, they can prove that, you may be more open to the idea of a rev share off the bat. But for somebody that's very new to the game, you don't know how they're going to produce, you probably want to get a fixed fee for their content. And as you develop a relationship, you can become more dynamic with what that is. It can be a fixed fee plus a rev share, very low percentage. But what I'm getting at is it can eat into your margin very quickly, because a lot of people may not be sound or set and understand their numbers well enough to like, how much can I give here versus give to the content creators, give to my media buyers, give to, the rest of the people on my team as a performance incentive. And that's where things can get very muddy. And I've seen it happen with a lot of people. So sticking towards that fixed fee or getting people on retainer to produce content for your business every single month, and they're just like delivering packages every single month, that seems to be the ideal mix between like the best option is like getting them on retainer, paying them a comfortable salary to continue to make content for your business. Your business continues to get more creative every month that you can cycle into ads and repurpose. Okay. All right. I'm going to continue on before I get too hung up on questions. I'll pause again in a second, but I appreciate everyone that shared. So what it takes to find the creators. Overall, finding UGC creators requires a combination of research, engagement, and outreach. So it's a multifaceted approach. Like you're going to need to do a few different things. On the research side, and you're going to need to understand like, what does your core audience that's buying your product want? Like you need to know like, what are they identifying with? What resonates with them? All of the things to produce a convincing ad in the first place, whether you're using a creator or you're actually making the ad yourself. And then understand what is engaging to them. Like, what can I do to engage these people further? And that way you can properly instruct the individuals that are making the creative for your business to make the right creative that's going to perform and actually get people to buy and convert. And then outreach, like we mentioned before, a lot of that is going to be if you guys want the more, I guess, cost efficient route, going to find people directly on Twitter or on Instagram or on TikTok, you're cutting out the middleman that is the platform that's going to take a fee for providing the service and connecting the two. But there's going to be more negotiations. There's going to be more communication with that creator. And if you're new to the space, it can be a little bit scary because you're not so sure what you should be paying per video. You don't want to be disrespectful to the creator by offering them something too low, or you don't want to or charge or get overcharged by paying too much for what you're getting. So that's why the platform can be a little bit safer place to navigate, but you don't always get the best content from the platform. Whereas working with them direct, you can be very direct in what you want, right? And it can happen a little bit quicker. The turnaround times can be a little bit faster, but there's just more communication involved. So once again, it comes down to your time, your budgets, and a few other variables there. But ultimately, you just want to start building that library of content. That's the goal here. So you guys can repurpose a lot of this stuff in ads. And a lot of those videos that are shot and sent to you, you can get the raw files so that if you want to re-edit and reorganize and create like modular content or modular ads around the content that's shot, you can create mashup videos. So you're taking multiple content creators and putting them into one video, putting that out there on the platforms, seeing how that performs in advertising. And I see a lot of brands do that as well. So continuing on, hopefully you guys can see this. I was on the call earlier and I heard there were some issues with like zooming in, not being able to see everything. So hopefully you can. Don't shoot me if you can't. I very, very apologize. But just wanted to kind of give an example of what it looks like when you're finding creators on something like Twitter. So I just simply searched UGC creator on Twitter and I went to top. So in this example on the top left, you can see a post from a content creator herself that's looking for other creators. So she put out a post on Twitter and said like, hey, this is what I'm looking for, and provided some inspiration of the videos that she's looking for. So there's 102 comments, 20 retweets, 257 likes. So this may not be your first post that you get this much engagement. It looks like this person has kind of built a personal brand on Twitter already. So they already had a bit of a following to get this message out there, but you can kind of see how hungry the community is for opportunity. Other creators want to produce content for brands. They want to work with brands. More people are realizing that this is a sea of opportunity for them to come in and create an additional source of income, completely replace their 9-to-5s. I see that all the time. I see, people tweeting about how, what they've made it in the first 3 days of the month surpasses what they would do in 3 months at their normal job. And, they're going to do this for another 2 months before they're quitting and moving on. So a lot of people are just looking for more brands and more opportunities to work with. And they're on Twitter talking about it, whether they're talking about it from a personal brand point, building other creators up to help them work with brands. We're talking about it to find work from brands. So there's a lot of talk, a lot of chatter on Twitter specifically about UGC creators. And just searching UGC creators is going to give you other keywords that you can then filter down to on Twitter to find other examples and get more tailored to what you're actually looking for. So you can say something like UGC beauty creator, UGC fitness creator, and start finding people in specific categories that you're looking for content in. So you can get very, very specific. Let me go on to the next. So this is an example on Instagram. So I did the same thing. I went to UGC on Instagram and searched UGC creator. This is what pops up from a profile standpoint. You can put UGC fitness, UGC beauty, and you'll start to see a lot of these names pop up because they have those keywords in their actual profile name. And then you can go to the hashtags and start, if you're like more of a visual person and like looking at names is just not enough detail for you, you can go to the hashtags and get the image side of things and start scrolling through the images. Start looking at people that have created products in your niche or in or for the type of business that you run. So just wanted to provide these as examples as like, hey, this is how you guys can go source your own creators on these platforms, find your own creators on these platforms and do it yourself and have a very direct relationship. You can find a small group that you work with, 2 or 3 people, maybe even just one, that creates the content that you need at the scale that you need to provide your business with the creative that you need to run ads. And you can keep on you keep on finding different people and find the one that works best for your business and brand and converts the best for your ads. And that's the beauty of it. So here's some screenshots of the different platforms that are out there. You have Aspire in the top left, you have Upfluence in the bottom left, and then over here on the right, you have Bilio. And they all have like different offers that to entice you to sign up and work with them, of course, but they all have different pricing as well. Some pricing is very comparable for you. I think Billio is probably the most like affordable out of the options that are presented here. And you can get videos done for fairly cheap. But like I said, you have less control over like who it is specifically. Of course, you can pick and choose, but it's only of the people that are available on that platform. So there may be some individuals you find on Twitter that are not on any of these platforms. Therefore, you can't connect and reach with them. So you're just subjected to what's available on the platform. And then here is a screenshot of Lululemon's reviews. So they have a lot of people leaving photo reviews on their ads, and just already kind of showing that, hey, I'm willing to create content for this brand. Here's my experience. This lady's in the gym taking a photo. Looks like this lady's in her house down here. So there's definitely a lot of ways that you can leverage your existing customers to create content for your brand and build a deeper relationship with them, and maybe, create something long term. Where we at in time? 2:31. Am I over? No, I started at 2:30. No, I started at 2. I am over a minute. Holy cow. I have to speed up. Well, here's the brief. I mentioned this earlier, the directions that you're going to give people on what they need to do to create this content. So I'm also a big ChatGPT. I wish I could talk in length on that. If there's anything you don't understand about this presentation, you can simply go to ChatGPT and ask it questions about AI or UGC content creators, because a lot of this presentation was aided and helped me. So basically, I leveraged ChatGPT to create a lot of this information so it was concise and digestible for you guys, because like I said, I talk fast and I pack a lot of information in there, which some of you may have already experienced. But I went ahead and created this QR code. Here's a short link, and it goes to the same thing. Just so if the QR code for what doesn't work in this instance, then you guys have the short link, and I'll leave this up for a few more moments. Maybe you guys can take a screenshot, pull out your phones, do the QR code thing, or just commit that URL to memory, and you'll be able to pull up the brief example. But I won't go over it here. But it's just like an example I grabbed from ChatGPT on a brief for a device called Trinity from NuFace, which is a beauty microcurrent device, if anybody's familiar with NuFace. Moving on, just because I'm already running, I'm well over and still got a little bit more. So I just wanted to give you guys some UGC examples in the feed, in the live, or in a live environment. So like I said, I'm a media buyer, run Facebook ads primarily. This brand in particular has a lot of success with user-generated content, 1.9K reactions, 355 comments, 493 shares. Spent a lot of money on this ad. It's actively running, started February 17th. On this ad over here on the right, another one that's done well, started February 21st, another content creator. We've given them briefs. A lot of these scripts are very similar, so the videos are similar, but the people in the videos are different, and they have different results at the end of the day. So that's just something I wanted to point out. Moving on, another brand that I work with. This is actually an affiliate e-commerce partnership that I have. And basically the profit, the money made in between what I pay for acquisition and the payout from the affiliate network is the profit paid to us. So 4.9K reactions, 503 comments, 1.1K shares. This is just a mom talking about her story using this product in particular. Another mom over here on the right talking about her story using the product as well. Two different people, there's 22,000 reactions and comments on, and 2.6 thousand comments on this one, 10,000 shares. I think this video on the right's been running for longer, but you guys just see the kind of impact that user-generated content can have in the newsfeed. So just wanted to give some examples. This is just a straight up e-commerce. When you guys look at the numbers, it's like a 1 return on ad spend. Who wants that, right? So this is a 7-figure a month brand, 8-figure annually. They have different goals than your average business, right? So they have a very low AOV, what I consider a low AOV. Over here, it's 43.62. We're acquiring at 43.32. So we're break even on acquisition. That is the goal with this brand because they have a high consumption rate. A lot of people are coming back and buying in a short amount of time. So as long as we're adding new people into their ecosystem at break even or profitable, then they continue to make money on every additional sale that those people come back. And the LTV over 12 months looked really nice for this model to play out. But in this example, we spent $305,000 on UGC ads to return 307. So it's only a profit of 2K, but we've added 7,000 purchases to the business. Now, not all of these are going to be new customers, but a large majority of these are going to be new to brand customers. consumers, which is very important for a brand that's focused on growth because they have all the other channels set up for retention. They have their omni-channel running in multiple places. So this brand's been around for a while. They have their business built to a point where this is sustainable for them, but it's not sustainable for everyone. So I just wanted to show this example, kind of talk about the power of UGC. There's a lot of scale involved in it, and I'm going to show you multitude of examples of this working with high ROAS as well. So on this example, we have an affiliate e-commerce product. Spent 160,000. Tracking on this offer is a little weird, so we use a third-party attribution to ensure that we're heading in the right direction. Oh man, well, I skipped early. Because as you can see, 112 purchase, 56.49. That's all over the place. But we made about $31,000 in profit, paid to us directly, so there's no additional COGS or any additional monies associated, just off and running UGC ads. So that's who else wouldn't want to type some twos in the chat if you want to make $30,000 in profit? Not saying you will, but that's the power of UGC. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. We'll continue on. So here's the high ROAS, the big budget spends. Unfortunately, I couldn't aggregate all these results at the bottom. We run a lot of UGC ads in this account. 372,000 euros spent, which is whatever that diversifies into for USD. That's what it is. But large volume of UGC ads being run in this account. As you can see, extremely high returns on it. It's a high margin device. It also high AOV. The AOV on this device is like $190. So the return is going to be a lot stronger for the ads that we run. Very effective. You can see the results right away. So it's an exciting product to run ads for. So just another example of UGC crushing it in ad accounts when done right. So we'll continue on. I'm just going to keep going because I know I'm over, but the power of organic content. So this is a case study I came across on Twitter. Just wanted to show you guys of a brand that drove like 1.5 million in sales from all organic content. They didn't even run paid ads, but they leveraged user-generated content to complete their overall strategy. So this brand is called Mini Katana. They sell swords. Some of you may be familiar with them. They popped up, very recently and have had a lot of success because they have focused so much on organic content, creating a lot of stuff in-house themselves and coming up with great strategies, but also relying heavily on content creators to produce stuff. So this video over here on the left drove 1.5 million sales, or 1.5 million in sales in 90 days from a guy cutting a bullet with a sword. It's a very short video, but it's pretty impressive. The guy cuts a bullet with a sword, and I thought it was fake when I watched it. Like, no way, he actually did that. But I'm already familiar with this brand, and I was like, oh, that would be dope if that was a Mini Katana brand or sword, and so on. It actually turned out to be the case. Let me go back. So jumped ahead way too much. Organic content from creators can be a powerful tool for brands to build a brand awareness, engage with their audience, and drive sales. By collaborating with creators who align with your brand values and target audience, you can create content that resonates with your audience and helps you achieve your marketing goals. And that's exactly what they've done here. Is they've worked with people that are already in this space of like dealing with swords to create more content to leverage for their brand. And they did it all organically without paid ads, because it's very hard to run swords and knives and stuff like that with paid media on any platform. So they had to figure out a different way. And here in the YouTube Shorts is really where you see a lot of this content created or user generated content, them working with content creators to produce more stuff and get video edits done, or get video shot for them to edit and reproduce in different ways. So user generated, or UGC, is part of their overall strategy to drive 250 million views on YouTube in 1 month. And if you're obviously, I'm sure you're curious after going through that, oh man, what's going on? Here's the QR code for the Mini Katana case study on the left, so it'll take you directly to that tweet. And then here's the QR code for these slides, since I did go through this pretty quickly, didn't really get to answer all the questions, but just want to make sure you guys have access to all of these things. And hopefully it's okay to drop QR codes and links to things, Adrian, but I just noticed that people were asking in the earlier sessions, and I wanted to make sure that they had access right away.
For sure. Dude, thank you so much for coming on here and sharing that information with everybody. UGC was it was perfect timing after TikTok too. Obviously you're a brilliant mind, and that's why we pay you to buy a lot of our media. We haven't even talked to you, OU, about the mastermind yet. You know that we have one, but I'm going to get you the details on it, because I'm pretty sure you're going to want to come down here and chill with us and partake in the mastermind as well. We'll just have to see if the timing lines up for you.
For sure.
Would you be down to come down to the mastermind? And
100%, life coming full circle for me, right? Like I love any opportunity I can come on and talk to y'all's audience. I gained a lot of value from it myself over the years. I'm still in all of the groups. I still look at Profit Power Hour to see people's case studies, their success stories, what are they struggling with. Those things just help me overall in my journey. So yeah, I would love to do that.
Awesome. How many of you in here would like to be at a mastermind where after you get through doing a breakout session with someone like Brian, you're talking to OU about UGC and Facebook ads? Just type in mastermind real quick. And the reason I keep pointing that out after each session is because that is, kind of the whole point of the mastermind we've put together. And it's important that you see that these are the types of people that will be there that you get the chance to be around. You don't just get 30 minutes and some slides and a couple of QR codes. When you can be in person together, so much more can be accomplished and you can learn so much more. You can ask one-on-one questions with people. So Jordan, thank you so much, dude, for being here. I appreciate you doing this on a Sunday. I know that you're always running ads. I mean, like you're running my ads at all times. So thanks for taking the time, dude. And you can go ahead. I'm going to bump you from co-host and you can mute and everything, turn your camera off. Everybody say thank you to OU for popping in here. I'm going to go ahead and remove that pin. Just an absolutely incredible session. And me and Anthony have been able to, through our network and our credibility and our experience, to align ourselves with people like OU and Brian and Jared from Sindrop and Michael from Shine On. And the thing is that there are a lot of people out there that know what they're talking about, and there are a lot of people out there that don't know what they're talking about, but they talk a lot. And so oftentimes, if you're new and you're networking, you can end up networking with people that don't actually practice what they teach. They just know how to sound really good. And so as I was on my come up and I was learning, I would accidentally get into some of those circles too, right? Where people would talk a big game. And then I'd finally realize like, okay, no one's really actually doing anything in here. I think I've messed up and I've gone to the wrong circle. How many of you in here have been in that position before where you kind of discovered the people that you were learning from don't actually do what they teach? Just say me. Yes. Right. So that's why you can't see the badge. It's on a screen over here, but that's why it's so important. And I always show that Shopify Commerce Coach badge because that's a badge that Shopify gave me because I'm vetted by Shopify. They endorsed me as a commerce coach. And that's why I work with people like OU and Brian. You can see their numbers, right? I pay them. I pay OU a ton of money to run my ads. Speaking of which, some of you did not get on your phone calls during the TikTok session and OU session because apparently you did not want to stop watching those sessions. Now, I can't say that I don't blame you, but you want to make sure that you work with our team and see when you could get your call rescheduled, if that's even possible, because I know that their calendars get booked up through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth. The link is right there below. I want to take a moment and I want to share my screen and I want to go back over a couple of things with y'all because we've learned a lot about traffic today. Traffic day, we say for the last day because it is it's just so much meat and potatoes that it can kind of make your brain feel like it's going to be overwhelmed and explode a little bit. You're like, wait, a TikTok pixel, a Facebook pixel, UGC ads. How many of you in here are overwhelmed a little bit by the traffic day? I get it. I totally get it. So a question to you all is, how many of you in here, in all seriousness, that want to truly build an e-commerce empire, foresee yourselves mastering Facebook, mastering TikTok, mastering store management, mastering email marketing, mastering product research and ad competition research and product analysis and all of these things, right? You can start to see very quickly if you're really going to build an e-commerce store and you want to go high level, you got to start outsourcing, you got to start delegating, and you got to start letting go a little bit, and you got to level up and kind of have that bird's eye view of everything. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I'm going to go through a couple of things with you. So let me pull up my Zoom stuff right here. Okay, cool. So you should be able to see my screen here in just a second. I want to go back over these line items with you all because I do know that many of you have your calls booked for the end of the day. And of course, we still have our VIP session we're going to go through and lots of Q&A and stuff. But I want to talk to you about the Platinum Accelerator Agency and answer a couple of the questions that our team has conveyed to us that you have, okay? So this is a recap list of everything that is in the Platinum Accelerator, where we're able to take the heavy lifting off of your hands so you can focus on what OU was just talking about. And you can focus on what Brian was talking about with TikTok. And I just want you to tell me, how many of you in here think that you have a better shot at really crushing it with e-commerce if you don't have to do all this stuff and you can invest every breath that you have into what you just learned about traffic? Just type in traffic. All right. So that is really, really key for me in my business, is not worrying about this stuff. And I think that points to the value of the Done For You Platinum Accelerator. So I just want to go over it with you real quick. One of the reasons I've had so much success, and some of the other big e-commerce dropshippers do, is because they're able to do these things faster than everyone else. They have a team that can go do deep product analysis reports for them. Because as cool as the ads were that Brian was showing you and that OU was showing you, if they don't actually work, if you're not actually marketing products that are epic, that people want, that are trending right now, there's not going to be much profit available. So with the deep product analysis reports, what we're doing, what my team is doing, is we're looking at what are the Google trends. We use softwares that pull API data from Amazon, and we actually look at what's selling on Amazon. And if it's a high volume seller on Amazon, we know that we can sell it on our Shopify store most likely. And that gives us the information that we need before we want to go invest in getting a UGC ad done, right? Before we want to go blow $15, $20 or $50 or $100 running ads on Facebook. I have already these reports that I know these products meet our criteria for products that are believed to have home run potential. So I think that these are going to be extremely beneficial to your business. And then just getting the products listed and getting the products customized if it's a print-on-demand product. With print-on-demand, if you have a cool product that's for sale, people are buying, but they get it and the artwork doesn't look good on the shirts or the pants or the purses or the shoes or the pillow covers, people are going to do returns. They're going to do chargebacks. So it's imperative that you have people that truly are skilled with graphic design that can get those products to look like perfection. And when they do, you can charge more for them, because it's not just about selling stuff. It's about keeping the money from the stuff that you sell. You want to avoid refunds. With email marketing, for example, that takes a lot of time to do. Thinking about subject lines, thinking about building out the templates, thinking about scheduling out the emails every 3 days, or if it's on a Black Friday, Cyber Monday promotion, we'll mail out 3 or 4 times a day for like 5-6 days straight. You're scheduling Christmas promotions, New Year's promotions, end of the year sales, Mother Day sales. I mean, it's a full-time job just to do email marketing, but it's 100% completely and totally worth it. But my team, remember, will go in and we will do all of those promotions for you. And then with your Facebook fan page management, I would say with that, the biggest poison is people's comments. People come in and they comment, they undercut prices underneath your Facebook ads and try to steal your traffic. And if you're not consistently watching your ads, then they will get tainted by comments and poisoned by comments, And a really good winning ad can crash and burn. I wish I had mentioned this why OU was just here, because me and OU talk about it all the time. I'm like, bro, we got to manage comments. We got to manage comments, right? We have to make sure every ad that you launch, my team needs to know about it so they can manage the comments from spammers, from scammers, from trolls that can ruin the quality score of your ads. How many of you in here have seen ads before where there's just a bunch of non-relevant or just poisonous comments underneath the ad? You've probably seen some underneath mine. If you see my ads online, just say yes if you've seen that. So it's really imperative that you always have management on your social media assets so your winning ads don't die, okay? Then with the account automation process, we're talking about going in and having my team create collections for you. So a lot of you are asking, Adrian, what does it mean to automate my account? It means that you're able to go into Asana, you're able to go into Slack and say, hey, Marie, my team leader, I want to launch an entire new collection for Mother's Day of Shine On jewelry. I want it to be yellow gold jewelry, or I want these pieces, whatever it may be. So make sure that you understand that while you're doing email marketing promotional stuff, you're also launching collections on your store as promotional collections with discounts. Otherwise, you're missing out on a lot of potential sales. So being able to automate all of that stuff that's tedious, again, so you can focus on the traffic, is going to be really important. And then the Facebook targeting software, we haven't really demoed that, but it's really simple. Again, we don't want you mining for keywords for 3 hours. We want you to be able to get the targeting and the audiences right away so you can launch ads, and you can do what's called rapid testing, which is something we teach later on. And what the one-on-one phone calls are calls each week where you get on with a team leader, which is really valuable. And you say, here are the problems that I am facing this week. All right, how do I overcome these obstacles? I want to scale a winning ad. How do I do that? Or I'm looking at launching a new promotion for this holiday coming up. What is the best strategy for that? And how can I better delegate this to my team? Because my team that you'll be delegating things to, they only do what you tell them to do, right? So you have to be able to lead them. So by having this team leader and these phone calls each week, you're able to kind of create weekly strategies, and you're able to take micro steps and even larger steps each week. It's important that you have that momentum when you run your business and you don't get stagnant. If you get stagnant, things start to go backward for you. So a team leader for 6 months means every week you're making progress. You're making some sort of progress in your business. You don't get stuck doing things that don't matter. You're actually focused on moving forward so you can build, grow, and scale your business. And I just real quick, how many of you in here see massive value in getting a team leader for 6 months that's going to walk you through the strategy of actually running your business? Because let's be honest, you don't know how to run an e-commerce business probably. 99% of you in here probably have no clue how to really run the business. You're just trying to learn this and this and this and this, and you're probably running around like a headless chicken because there's so much information, right? So this is to keep you on track, and it's to keep you it's to help you avoid getting off track and doing things that don't matter. Remember, you want to be a race car driver. You don't want to be the mechanic. Now, the next thing is the mastermind. All right, so you just saw Brian, you saw OU, you saw Roger. We have a lot of people that are going to be coming in like them for the mastermind experience. And this is really where you're going to get higher level stuff. So you're already working with our accelerator team, right? Our team is running your store for you. Our team is making sure that each week you're making progress in your business. You're launching new collections. You're always trying to find that wave that you can surf. And at this point, this is where you can come sit down with us and you can say, look at my business. I want the TikTok guy to look at my TikTok ads. I want the Facebook guy to look at my Facebook ads and tell me why this ad didn't work or what I could do to make this ad better. What golden nuggets can I get to accelerate my business and optimize on my conversion rates? You know, those are the things that it sounds crazy, but Anthony told you him and I are a part of a mastermind that's $100,000 to join. And they have over 100 members. It's called the 100M Mastermind. And I thought to myself, that is like an insane price to pay to go to a mastermind for 3 days. And I went there, and there were little moments throughout the weekend. It was a great mastermind, but there were little moments and conversations between breakout sessions that changed some of my businesses, because I was around people that were doing things. I was around people that were actually making progress each and every week in their business, like you will be with your team leader. And those are the people that are discovering those little nuggets. Those are the people that are sharing those little nuggets that change everything. It could even be that you're standing next to another member of the mastermind and they say, oh yeah, I'm killing it in this niche right now. We just launched this product right here. That could change everything for someone. If you go launch a similar product and it pops off for you, if maybe you were struggling. So the mastermind value and the experience, the reason we call it an experience isn't because it's about going on boats, and a lot of masterminds are parties, all right? This ain't a party. This is about getting information from people that are actually doing and succeeding. And the experience is the value that you get from the conversations and the breakout sessions at this mastermind. And also, we understand that at this level, you're going to want to continue getting that experience and making that progress. That's why we have 12 monthly virtual masterminds where it is a small group and it's virtual. So you don't have the expense of traveling here with me, with Anthony, and we just sit down with y'all on a Zoom and we really do look at your business. We're going to probably go through each and every one of you one at a time, say, hey, share your screen. What are your problems this week, or what are your goals this week? Let's go look at your e-commerce store. Let's look at your conversion rates. Why aren't you doing SMS marketing? Why didn't you send out emails last week? This is a subject line that you should use in your email for this particular niche that we think will pop off for you. That's what's going to happen in these virtual mastermind sessions. The Telegram group, I like to say that's for emergency stuff if you're going to connect with me and Anthony, but you have a direct connection that notifies us on our cell phones. So if it's 10 o'clock at night or whatever, and you're trying to get something done and it's a big deal, we're probably going to see that because it's going to buzz our phone. There's not going to be a boatload of people in this mastermind, right? It's going to be a small group of people that we can give a lot of attention to. And I can tell you this, I've had mentors in my businesses in life, and there have been times where it felt like a crazy emergency for me in my business, and I was able to reach out to them. Even if I didn't get an immediate response, if it was 1 or 2 hours, I slept so much better that night because I got my question answered, I got the fire put out, and I was able to make progress. And that saves me a lot of money, right? Saves me money in regards to the potential earnings that I was missing out on. And it saves me mentally as well. I could tell you that. Now, the product pipeline report, some of you are asking, what is the difference between the product pipeline reports and the deep product analysis reports? So deep product analysis reports are done by my team per your request. So when you have access to my team in the Done For You Accelerator, you can say, hey, Marie, hey, Patrick, hey, Nathan, I want you to go research this particular niche. And they're going to go do that for you, okay? The product pipeline is a list of products that I'm personally researching, me, okay? They're the products that I'm looking at. They're the products that I'm trying to determine if I want to sell on my stores. And that's why there's only going to be 1, 3 to 6. It just depends, because I don't always find 6 products that I feel are worth my time and worth my investment to launch. At this point in my career, I want to have very intentional products put on my store that I know have a very, very, very high probability of succeeding with my list on my store. Does that make sense? Just say yes if that makes sense. Okay. So the product pipeline is different than the deep product analysis reports, because these are ones that I'm focused on. The deep product analysis reports are ones that you're asking my team to do research on for you. So I hope that kind of answers that question for you. So we had a lot of people kind of confused about what that was. And then the 3-day in-person mastermind, I don't know if y'all heard it yesterday, but I actually got on to Anthony this morning about it. I was like, man, you're crazy. I can't believe that you said this. But yesterday, Anthony said, what if I told everyone that enrolled in the mastermind this weekend that they wouldn't just get 3 masterminds, that they would get access to all the future mastermind experiences that we did without charging? Let me tell you this, the $100,000 mastermind that we joined, it's $100,000 a year, okay? Every other mastermind that we joined one with a guy named Sam Ovens, a brilliant marketer. It was 35 grand a year. And if you didn't show up, tough luck, all right? Tough luck. All right, if you want to come next year, you still got to pay again. So Anthony made the bold choice without talking to me to say, hey, every mastermind in the future that we do, you can come to. I do not foresee us ever offering that again. So this would be a great opportunity for those if it's within your budget. I know that some of you, you want to, the only reason you wouldn't do something like this is because you can't, right? But then there are people that are in here that say, I can't, but what they're really saying is, I won't. And you have to determine the difference between your particular situation, if you really can, or is that you just won't. You have to figure out why won't you do that if you want to succeed in your business. If you want to put yourself and elevate yourself around people that are doing big things, spending $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a day on ads in the very business that you desire to succeed in. The reason that I'm successful is because I put myself around those types of people. I pay whatever it takes, if it's within my budget, right, to get myself around those people. And that has helped me succeed. I would not be where I am today, nor in Anthony, if we did not do that. So being able to have unlimited access to those masterminds is incredible, because this year we'll have different people in the mastermind than next year, right? And so if you're able to come back to each and every one, you get to continue to meet more entrepreneurs, more people doing big things as new things come out, like AI. I know that Brian was just showing y'all a little bit about Chat GPT. There is so much more that you can do with Chat GPT, right? So being able to come in to the new things and the new waves and learn from experts that somehow have mastered them so quickly, that's going to be a big benefit of the mastermind. And then the bonus is the ad agency, where we're going to pay our ad agencies to run your ads for 2 full months. Now, I want you to just look at remember the screenshots that OU just sent you of that Facebook account. Well, a couple of different Facebook accounts. The money that was being spent, he was looking at click-through rate. He was looking at what is the ROAS and what is the profit. He was looking at all of these factors that are super, super important. And you ask somebody earlier asked Brian, what do you do all day? What's a day in the life of you as a TikTok marketer? And he said, well, honestly, I just look at my ads all day and make sure they're not losing money. And the thing about media buying is, if you're actually buying media, then you are constantly looking at Facebook ads. You're constantly looking at TikTok ads to make sure that you're making money and to make sure that you're not losing money. You're at dinner, you're checking your stats. Christmas morning, you're checking your stats. Thanksgiving dinner, you're checking your stats. It's addictive, but it's also imperative. And as someone that wants time freedom in a business, you want to hire an ad agency. So we will get you started for 2 months with an ad agency, but I'm just going to be honest with you. You do not want to run your own ads. You are going to want to hire an ad agency to run your ads for you. Getting started, fine, run your own ads. $50 a day, $200 a day, whatever it is. But you're not going to want to do it, and you're going to want to hire someone like OU or an agency that charges $5,000, $10,000 a month. So being able to hire an agency out of the gate without having to take that massive risk on an agency fee, because whether you make money or not on the ads, they still charge you for their time. How many of you in here feel like that 2 months could be imperative to your acceleration in this e-commerce journey? Just type in yes in the chat box if you feel like that's going to get you so much further, because for 2 months, you're going to be scrambling around, launching a little ad here and a little ad there. With an ad agency running your ads on a store that's built for you, that's managed by you, that's managed for you, you're able to go in to this agency and say, hey, look, here are the 5 products that we want to launch this week. Here are the budgets we want to launch them at. Here are the ads that we've got. And of course, they can help with like OU, the UGC style ads and where to get those from. And they already know what the targeting should be. They already know what the placements should be. They already know what the bids, if they're manual bidding, which we haven't even gotten into manual bidding, but they know what the manual bids should be. They know how to scale campaigns, because there's 2 different types of bids in Facebook. There's automatic bidding, which means you're telling Facebook, hey, Facebook, spend whatever it takes per click or per 1,000 impressions to get me traffic. Then there's manual bidding, which is so tedious to do, and OU does manual bidding for me. And that's where you're actually tinkering with the auction in Facebook. Yes, it is an auction. And you're trying to find the sweet spot where you can bid, where it's not, hey, Facebook, just take as much as you can. It's what's the lowest amount of money I can pay for this traffic and still get the highest quality traffic. When we find a product that hits, I say, oh, you flip it to manual and let's scale this bad boy. And that's how we spend a lot of money and get a lot of sales very quickly and a lot of conversions very quickly at a lower cost while maintaining ROI. So those are the higher level intricacies that you're going to have to go through and learn running your own ads. I did it. So many other people have done it too. But if you could get started and just have it done for you, it is an immense value. So let me ask you this. Having gone through those slides, how many of you in here are coming to the mastermind? All right. How many of you in here have already enrolled to come to the mastermind, or you have your call book to talk about the mastermind? And then the next question is how many of you in here, in just all seriousness, it's within your budget to come to the mastermind? Type in a money sign if it's within your budget and you want to come to the mastermind. Doesn't mean that you are. It just means that, hey, this is something I could do. Type in a money sign if it's something that you could do. All right? Because those of you that really can do it and you're on this live event, you should seriously consider the real value in having everything that I just went over and launching your e-commerce business. And then you should ask yourself, do I really want to do this? Do I want to tinker around and sell a couple of things? Or after seeing what Brian's done and OU's done and Adrian Anthony's done and so many other people have done, do I really want to swing for the fences here and give this a valiant effort for the next 6 months and see if I can blow this up? Because all businesses take risk. All businesses require that you make some sort of investment in the business, right? When we built our real estate development here, we didn't know if we were going to lease it out fast or ever, all of the different places that we're in, and it cost us millions of dollars, right? So risk reward. And I think that a lot of you in here can see that we've eliminated as much of the risk possible and as much of the cost associated in doing this by yourself possible to make it as affordable as possible for you. So I think the link is up on the screen. No, it's not anymore. But I'm going to get it right here. It's launchpadworkshop.com/call us. And yes, there is a limit to how many people my team can handle and how many people are allowed in a mastermind, because we don't want it to be 100 people, because that's like a workshop. That is not like a mastermind. We want it to be a small group. And that's why you can't just order from an order form, because some of you just called yesterday and said, hey, how do I pay? We're like, well, hold on a second. Let us get to know you a little bit. Let's figure out, what are your goals here? Are your goals even realistic? Because if you have unrealistic goals, we don't really want to take you on. Does that make sense? We want to make sure that when we do work with you, that your expectations aren't that you're going to make $1 billion in the first 2 weeks. Just say that makes sense. Go ahead and say that makes sense in the chat box. And I've got on my team about I would say about 12 people that run my stores. So as you can imagine, there's only so many stores that my team is able to manage. Now, once that 4 months or that 6 months is over, you do have the option to continue and retain that team to do store management for you. But I'm going to be honest with you. You should really just look at that point and starting to hire some of your own team members for your own store. And that's something that we can assist with as well. Here is where we found our team members. You can actually hire, like, let's say you just want a store manager. And that's what the most important thing to you as a store manager in an ad agency. And you're okay doing some of the other stuff. You can actually have your team work with my team. And my team will teach your team how to do all this stuff, right? They can work with our team and learn what we do, how we do it. So you could walk out of this in 4 months and 6 months without needing to pay us for access to us, or our team, that is. You'll probably still want the mastermind, but in regards to, always using our team, you could have a more fully dedicated team that you have access to every day forever. Does that make sense? Just say yes if that makes sense as well. I see someone says, my team is me. My team is me. Yes, we all start by ourselves, or maybe we have a partner. And then we realize very quickly that when we get in the trenches and we start launching things, we start to kind of get it's not so much as overwhelmed, but we start to get disoriented. We start to kind of feel like, we're in over our heads. And that's when we give up. When with just a little bit more help, right, you could have gone the distance. So that being said, this is your last chance to book a call, because once we end this, then everything is going to basically just be paused in regards to enrollments, the mastermind, enrollments to the Platinum Accelerator with these particular bonuses. And if you recall, Anthony has some bonus slides in here that if you pay in full, if you take the full payment option, you get 1 additional month added, be it to the mastermind or to the Platinum Accelerator. And 1 additional month is a value of $6,000. And like Anthony said yesterday, these are not made up numbers. These are like real hard costs on the low end to run teams. So you got your store, you know how to research products yourself, you know how to do ad competition research yourself, you know how to optimize yourself. We've showed you so many optimization techniques. We've got you connected with vendors. We have you connected with vendors that are good vendors. And you have guys like Michael. I'm trying to get to this last slide, but this right here. Okay. You have good vendors with great trainers like Michael at Shine On that we know have products actually work. I mean, I feel like we have given you everything we possibly can to help every single person in here get on the right track to their journey with e-commerce and to success. Just type in success. If you feel like this weekend, we have given a lot, and we have definitely, in my opinion, over-delivered on something that was like $1. Just type in over-deliver if you feel like we have over-delivered this weekend. And if you don't, then you could say, hey, Adrian, this sucked. Anthony, this sucked. I'd like my $1 back. That's totally fine too. So if this is what we do for this small amount of investment, imagine the type of production and efforts that we put into our Done For You Platinum Accelerator and to our mastermind. It's truly incredible. So I see definitely over-delivered, an amazing 3 days. How many of you in here feel like you actually can go and you can launch your e-commerce business now? You just know that it's going to be a lot of work, but you feel like after this 3 days, you know so much more about launching a business and how to look at ads and how to get started. All right, I'm seeing Ruth says yes. Pamela says absolutely. I'm about to kill it. Look, stay motivated. Continue to work each and every day and take steps in your business, and always be willing to do whatever it takes to get to the next level if you really want to get to that next level. You can't teeter-tot around. So some of you in here, actually a lot of you, you're going to be able to go and you're going to be able to do more of the higher level things. Some of you are not going to be able to just because you can't, and that sucks. But I don't want you to be demotivated by it all. I want you to continue to run your store. I want you to continue to push every day. And some of you will just have to go slower than other people. But that doesn't mean that you should not do anything at all. You should wake up every day with at least one thing that you want to accomplish. You cannot wake up and say, okay, well, what do I do today? You need to already know yesterday what you are going to do today in your business so it gets done, because you might only have 30 minutes or an hour and a half after work because you got kids, you got responsibilities, whatever it may be, right? Those of you that have team leaders, the idea there is that you do have a goal every single day, and you have the shortcuts to accomplishing those goals in less time, because you're not going to have to go through the obstacles of trying to figure out, well, how do I accomplish this? What app do I put on my store? How do I go launch this promotion? How do I get these pieces of artwork on products and print on demand? What's the best place to go to get customized artwork? And what types of customized artwork actually sells on message cards or sells on yoga pants? But the idea is to figure out, what do you want to launch? How do you launch as fast as possible, and figure out if it's going to pop off or not? Because not everything is going to work. Y'all understand that, right? Just say, I understand. If you understand that not everything is going to work. But here's the thing. Sometimes things that don't work, it's because you did something wrong. It's not because they don't work. And a lot of people, they launch something, they launch a product, they launch ads, and that ad breaks even or it loses a little bit of money, and they're like, oh, dang it. All right, well, that sucks. On to the next one. But there was like one or two little tweaks that you could have made. It could have been what you said in your ad headline. It could have been the UGC creative that was uploaded. It could be the ad copy on your sales page. It could be that you don't have an upsell or the right upsell on the product. There's a lot of little bitty, teeny tiny things that you don't know, that you're probably unaware of, that an expert knows, that would say, oh, okay, well, let's test this. Okay, well, let's test this, until you find that one thing that flips it. I can't tell you how many ads I've run that out of the gate went negative. So I spent, a couple $100, but I saw that they had legs. And as I was spending, because I know what I know, I was making little tweaks, looking for, okay, what's going to be the thing that flips this into a profit? And I understand that one winning product is more valuable than 50 losing products cost me in testing. Just type in one winning product if you would agree with me on that. But so many people pass over that winning product because they don't have the expertise, they don't have the experience to know what that change is and turning that product from a loser into a winner. Because remember this, like I said, 99.9% of the time, it's not that it doesn't work, it's that you just did something wrong. And that's not bad. It just means that you need more training, you need more experience, and you need more education. So when you launch things, be it yourself or you launch it with us and our team, just understand that if it doesn't work the first time, there are strategies to flip it to a second attempt and a third attempt to kind of force it to work and see if it really is going to work. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring Anthony up here for a second. And then I know we also have VIP coming up as well. So Anthony, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and let you come on up.
All right. Thank you, Adrian. How's everybody doing? Good day so far today? Yes? Lots and lots and lots of people saying yes. Very good. Very good. Well, listen, first of all, we want to thank you for being here. It's been a great 3 days. I got one more special opportunity for you guys. Doesn't cost you anything. What we want to do, this is our first 3-day event that we've put on for the Ecom Launchpad event. How many of you would be willing to give us a video testimonial of how much you loved or hated this event? Just give me a yes if you'd be willing to do it. All right. So I got a few yeses. Here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to gift one of our Platinum Accelerator packages to one person, okay? One person, randomly selected, that sends us a video testimonial, okay? Here is where you will email that video testimonial. You can film this video on your cell phone and just send an email to us. We don't need a long one. It doesn't have to be in depth. Honestly, we just need to know a couple things. Who are you? Where are you from? And was this time well spent? Did you learn an awful lot? And if you did, hey, what was your favorite thing that you learned this weekend? Is that fair enough? Yes? Now, it has to be a video. It can't be a written testimonial. We have to have videos. You guys realize that in the future, we want people to come to this event. We'd like to show them what people thought about the event, right? It's relatively easy to film a video on your cell phone, and these can be 15 seconds, right? All you got to do is film that video and send it to this email address. Do not send anything else there because they will not respond, okay? This is specifically for this. It's support. Actually, I'll put it in the chat. It's support at, let's see. Let me figure out why is that, there we go. All right, well, the chat went away. Hold on. I think the computer's just tired of, yeah. Can you go put it in over here for me? Kanan's going to type it in because it's just too much trouble for me to try to figure it out on here. It's support@accessadrian.com. So Kanan, we know that sometimes you have a little bit of problem with spelling. Kanan is our resident needs to learn how to spell. So it's at access. Now, Kanan, let's see if you can spell that. ACCESS. Adrian, ADRIAN.com. Now, Kanan, copy that so that you can paste it a few times. I would write it on my whiteboard, but it's no longer up here. So support@accessadrian.com. We'll select a winner tonight, and we'll email you back and let you know that we're gifting you one. And if you happen to be somebody that's already purchased it, then we'll just refund you. It's that simple. We don't even know. Like our support staff's going to pick. But we're going to pick one person. And listen to me. It doesn't have to be a positive. Okay, it does not have to be a positive review, right? That doesn't matter. We just want to collect. We figure there's going to be some positives in there. So support@accessadrian.com. Send that video. Okay. And just let other people know. Look, the question is, should other people join us for this 3-day event, right? That's really all that we're looking for is what would you say if I had 100 people in this room and I asked you and I said, I don't know, I said Joshua Calopo. I said, what would you say to these 100 people? Should they spend 3 days with us at this Ecom Launchpad event? Is there information that's going to benefit them here? That's really all we want, right? The video length can literally, guys, 10 seconds to 15 seconds long, 20 to 30 seconds max. We don't need a ton. If it's on YouTube, if you're posting it on YouTube, yeah, you can send the YouTube link, or like I said, you can send it to us however you want, as long as it's a video, and it comes to that email address, support@accessadrian.com. Everybody got that now? Just say yes. Time frame on the video is, honestly, we really need the videos today. They're not hard to do. Here's what I know about procrastination. It kills any type of success or movement. So if you don't do it now, you probably won't ever do it. So it's kind of a moot point. So we'll probably pick our winner tonight. We'll have Matt on our support staff select somebody tonight that sends in the video, okay? So support@accessadrian.com. Send in your video. Listen, guys, thank you so much for spending 3 days with us. To those of you that are joining us in our mastermind, we can't wait to have you here in Mississippi. For those in the Platinum Accelerator program, you're going to love it. You'll get started with it literally next week. So that's going to be awesome. What we want on the video is just, what'd you think about the weekend? Hey, my name is Amy. I love this event. Anthony and Adrian did X, Y, or Z. My favorite part was X. Or, hey, my name is Amy. Anthony and Adrian suck. The event was terrible. Don't go. Whatever. We're not going to watch the videos before we select the winner. I promise you that. And then just send that into support@accessadrian.com and we'll be good to go. Thank you guys so much. VIPs, hop off and jump on your other link. I will have to change the time since we've gone over our allotted time. So it might take me just a couple of minutes to get the VIP session live, but it will be live here in the next 2 minutes. For those of you that have phone calls with our team today, make sure that you get on them. right? Because they are not going to be able to reschedule you. As I've told you, 2 or 3 of you have reached out to me about reschedule. They don't have any slots left to do it. So make sure that you're there for your calls. I think it's today and tomorrow. There are some calls. So make sure that you get on those, get yourself enrolled. We look forward to seeing you guys soon. And thank you so much for joining us here at the first Ecom Launchpad workshop. Take care, everybody. And things like that, you'll always have these replays available to you in there. So it won't be something that you have to struggle to keep up with, in other words. It also will let us deliver, other items and things to you as well throughout the future. So it'll be in your Access Adrian account, all right, as well as the software, the Interest Scout software that you guys got for joining VIP will also be in there, okay? So we'll put all of that in there tomorrow. Let's see. It's been over a month since I signed up. Could I get an email with my Access account? So CJ, the best thing for you to do is email support@accessadrian.com, okay? That's the best place, because we send that out automatically. You see how many people got theirs. It probably went to your spam folder, if I'm not mistaken. So if you just email support@accessadrian.com, we can help you.
Yep. And you can put the support in the chat. And those of you asking about like the Shine On gift pack that the Shine On made for us yesterday, it's basically message cards that are done for you and whatnot. We will be putting those in a link to those in the members area as well. And then for everyone, because they did that for everybody, we'll be sending an email out for that. So you know my email address by now, okay? So just whitelist it. So when we do send you these assets, you get it, and you just check your spam folder just in case, because those are going to be very valuable.
Very cool. So like Henry says, how do I get the Profit Booster apps I paid for? I never received them. Like, they're automatic. So let me just be clear. Anytime you buy something from us, it's automatically given to you. There's no such thing as I didn't receive it. It's automatically done. What likely happens is your email filters it, right? So it goes to your spam, it goes to your other box or something, and you miss it, right? So what you do is you always just email support@accessadrian.com for anything related to the apps, anything related to this event. Support@accessadrian.com. And if you've got an account on Access Adrian, they'll be able to look it up, reset your password real fast, and then you'll be good to go, right? So it'll be relatively easy and painless. There's only one support staff. There's no more. So, that's where you're always going to go. It's not like you go here for this, there for that, over here. It just support@accessadrian.com will get you taken care of. Any other specific questions from today that we can answer for you while we're here? Because Adrian said he went through most of those yesterday. I was pretty much beat. So I let Adrian handle it himself yesterday. Is there a way to access us after today? Come to our mastermind. No, I mean, obviously we have a boatload of people that, constantly email and text and Facebook message and just all kinds of stuff. It's difficult, to be available to hundreds of thousands of people all the time. That's why we have the mastermind. And that's the reason why we do the mastermind. Neither one of those email addresses are accurate.
Sorry, I just can't help but laugh at that because it's like support.adrian.com.
Please again. I want everybody to stop the chat.
There's not even an at in that.
Hold on. No chat right now. Stop chatting. Don't put anything in the chat. Nobody chat or I'll turn it off and we won't have any more chat for the rest of the time. Okay? Now, do you see that Kanan just put the support@accessadrian.com in there? Every single one of you copy that email address right now. That way we do not get any more questions. Is it adrian@support.myinbox.com? I mean, this is why y'all don't get your stuff. Like, you would be shocked at how many people scream and holler at us about we don't respond to their support tickets. We have a support box it's called Help Scout. Look it up. It logs every ticket that comes in, how long it takes to be responded to, who responded. You can even rate the response, good, bad, negative, whatever, so we can see if people in our support staff are getting negative responses, one of which is our sister. So we know that we respond to the support tickets.
Yeah.
But if you send it to support@microsoft.adrian,
we're not going to get it. I'll go ahead and let's answer some actual questions.
Okay, yes. Also, Riss John, I think does that say Riss Johnson? Can we still sign up for Platinum Accelerator? You just have to book a call. We can't do it here, but if you book a call, you can. All right, if you can see the questions.
Yeah, I saw a couple. I've been trying to keep them up here. Somebody asked if we use CBO and dynamic creatives with Facebook. So that would be campaign budget optimization, where you put a bunch of ad sets or ad groups of different targeting and different creatives in one essentially advertising folder in Facebook. And Facebook will dictate where your budget is spent, right? Typically with Facebook, every ad that you launch, you can put its own personal budget. I want to spend $5 on this ad, $10 on this one, $50 on this one. With campaign budget optimization, you launch all of your ads and you say, hey, Facebook, here's $100 a day or whatever. Spend my money where you feel like it's going to get the best results. And Facebook's algorithm is looking at this ad has a higher click-through rate. This ad is getting cheaper traffic, and it tries to allocate your money where it is going to be best spent. But here's the thing. Facebook doesn't always know what you want. We want purchases. But with campaign budget optimization, sometimes Facebook will see that one of your ads has a really high click rate, meaning the average percentage of people that see your ad and click it. And they're like, oh, this ad's killing it. But that ad might not be one that's actually producing sales. Maybe it just had a sizzle about it that made people engage, but they didn't buy. So we definitely always test campaign budget optimization, but we want to be careful that when we basically let Facebook take the wheel. We want to be careful in that they are driving our budget to the ads that are actually making us money, right? And again, ad management is a very, very tedious job. I love ad management. I'm a Facebook ads guy. Anthony, on the other hand, sometimes doesn't even know how to get into the Facebook accounts that we're running some of our ads in. And I'm like, how do you not know this? But Anthony's focusing on bigger picture things.
I definitely don't focus on how to get into the ad manager.
I taught myself Facebook ads, so I know, but it is very tedious. So you're going to want to test things like that. Dynamic creative is where Facebook essentially is split testing various creatives for you that are similar. We do use dynamic creatives all the time, and it allows Facebook on a smaller budget to test more of your ads and find the most successful ad. Our strategy for that typically is we'll launch 7 or 8 ads as dynamic creatives on one budget. Facebook will quickly kind of give us an idea of which ones are hitting better, and then we split them out once we figure out what the set of like 3 or 4 winners is out of the 8. We do not let dynamic ad creatives continually run. We sprint with those and we find winners real fast, and then we put them by themselves. Does Zendrop automatically take products that are out of stock off of your store? You should get notifications in your account if you're selling something that is out of stock. And it's always, 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 excuse me, a good idea to have 2 or 3 backup vendors if you're selling a product. Even if it's AliExpress, if it's CJ Dropshipping, or another dropship vendor, there are tons out there. If I'm actively selling something, I want to make sure that in the event that their factory has a pause or the product gets low on inventory from that factory, I've got 2 or 3 other ones that I can have jump in and supply. No, they're not going to fulfill as fast as Zendrop. No, it might not be as good of as an experience as Zendrop, but at least I don't have to stop selling, right? So that was awesome for me, is have 2 or 3 vendors that have the same product, even if they're different prices. So I never have to stop selling if something happens. I got confused on the pixels. Welcome to the club. Everybody gets confused on the pixels. But the thing about pixels is you copy, you paste it, and you let it do what it does. That's what you need to do as a beginner. Copy and paste your Facebook pixel into Shopify and Pixel Magic, or your TikTok pixel. And just understand what pixels do is they track behavior from Facebook ads or TikTok ads to your Shopify store. They tell Facebook and TikTok how many people that clicked your ad go to your store, view pages, add products to cart, check out, and it even tells Facebook how much money they spend. So Facebook can kind of see, okay, well, this ad here spent $20 and it made $78. This ad here spent $5 and made $0, right? So it's passing that information to Facebook, so Facebook can be more intelligent in the way that they deliver your ads and to whom they deliver your ads. Do not think too hard and too much on the pixel. It's like driving a car. As a beginner, when you drive a car, well, you need to know how to drive, right? But when you get in the car and you turn it on, you don't have to know how the engine works to fire up the car, right? You don't have to know like why when you press the pedal, the car just starts moving forward. You just need to know, get in, turn the key. Well, these days, I'm still in the generation of keys and stick shifts, but press the button and then press the gas. The pixels, same way. Put it on your store and let it just drive. And then later on down the road, when you're actually making sales, you can start getting into the more advanced things on the pixels. Again, that's another reason that we have an ad agency that runs our stuff, because the pixel is very robust and there's a lot of really cool stuff that you could do with it. And I know people like me could get stuck for hours a day just playing around with the neat things you can do with the pixel, which ends up kind of, it's valuable, but also my time would be better spent elsewhere. All right, so let's see if I have another question. All right, I have a Facebook Business Manager. Can I add new fan pages to it? Yes. All right, so I've seen this a couple of times. How many fan pages can you have in a Business Manager? It's pretty much unlimited. I've never seen a limit of fan pages. So build as many fan pages as you want in your Business Manager. If you don't have a Business Manager, you just go to business.facebook.com, open one up, and it will not be attached to your personal profile. So you're not advertising from your name, all right? But you still can log in from your personal profile to access your business assets.
Well, just jot it down. Hold on. Can you not? Oh, we're on different chats, Adrian. Look, here's some questions here. It might be easier for you to see.
I can't. This is really small.
It's tiny, but it's less blurry than that.
How much should we be doing on our own if we've paid and are going to work with your team? So if you're in the Platinum Accelerator, I always advise that you learn how to do this stuff, right? The difference is that you're not going to be paralyzed in the learning phase because it's getting done for you. So I would advise that you talk to your team leader each week, you focus on the plans that you come up with, and you pay attention to what's going on. You know, you pay attention to how a collection is launched. You pay attention to where they found the artwork or where they did the product research. That way you understand what's going on in your business, because to be a good delegator and to be a good leader, right, you have to be able to lead. You don't always want to be dependent.
To create my advertisement, I would need to create a fan page. Yes. So all of your ads run from fan pages, right? I mean, that's how ads are run. They're attached to a fan page. In fact, you can actually go, did you teach them this about fan pages where they can go see anybody's ads?
No, because we use the Ad Spy tool and PPS. It's way better.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can go to a Facebook fan page right now and you can see that it's running ads. Facebook requires all ads to be attached to a fan page. This is also why I told you having a niche-based fan page rather than a here's my store name fan page is better, right? Like you see the ads that I run, they come from a fan page called Partner with Anthony, right? Like it doesn't say Ecom Launchpad fan page, right? It's a more generalized name. When should we expect to hear from team leader for accelerator program? So Michael, the most of the team, like the initial calls will come in, like the onboarding and welcome call will come in probably Monday, Tuesday, right? Obviously there's a lot of people being onboarded over the, Adrian's doing something on the computer here, over the weekend. So probably Monday, Tuesday, you'll get your first phone call. And then they'll schedule you for the weekly phone calls. So every single week you'll have a phone call with your team leader. I think Adrian put the ZenDrop link in. Somebody was asking
profitph.com/ZenDrop. That's in the discount code. If you want to upgrade your ZenDrop to their pro plan, they gave us 50% off for 3 months. That is ESA 350 is the discount code.
All right. The apps we bought, how do we find them in the Shopify store app? I don't know what that means.
Well, when you go into your Shopify account, at the top, there's a search bar. You click it, and it says apps, and they'll be there. But first, you have to go into your Access Adrian account, and you have to install them and connect them to your Shopify store. A lot like you did with our store builder. You know, you went and put your URL to your store, and that connected our builder to your store as an app. With the Profit Booster apps, same thing. Each one, you'll put in your email address, so it'll check to see if you have a license, and then your store URL, and then poof, it will connect and install it directly on your store. And each and every time that you log in, you'll be able to utilize those apps.
Look at that. It's got you a place to sit.
Thanks. I'm just trying not to sit. I'm like close to you, but I'm trying not to be close to you.
You're within 6 feet. So everybody says, I saw people already talking about it. Within 6 feet, you're in trouble.
Oh, I thought they were just making fun that I'm a little bit shorter than you are.
No, they're saying you got too close. I really don't think I have the COVID anymore.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
I don't. I feel I could not talk like this on Wednesday. I feel safe.
Isabel says the least amount of money for ads in TikTok has to be $50. Can't be less, not like Facebook where it's cheaper. I haven't seen that unless they changed it. I was just talking to a rep at TikTok and they told me that there was no minimum. They said you could put $5 in, you know, as long as it wasn't less than $1. So I'm not sure on that, but honestly, based off of your desire to run a business with e-commerce, I would just put the $50 in there. If you know, if it's within your budget, I would just put it with 50 because you're going to test on TikTok anyways. You saw how awesome the training was with Brian on TikTok. So do what you got to do on that. I can't make them change it, but they did tell me there was no minimum.
Do you run all Shopify stores under one LLC? That's totally subjective. Like you can, or you can have a different LLC for all of your businesses. I mean, I don't think that's, you're not really supposed to give like too much tax advice / so I'm going to go a different way. I don't think that I personally would set up a bunch of LLCs for a bunch of new stores. I think what I would do is probably wait till I have something successful that's making me money and that's a legitimate business, and then I would set up my LLCs. If we're working with a Platinum Access, when a team member is working on something for our stores, are they able to be on Zoom with them to learn what they are doing if they're available during those hours?
Okay, so yeah, the Platinum Accelerator team isn't going to be able to like Zoom you as they're working on things. The way that it works is you delegate the task through Asana, you delegate it through Slack, and you can request, if it's something that you want to learn, that they record themselves, like, you know, do a quick recording of how do you launch a print on demand product, and they're happy to do a quick little recording for you. Now, bear in mind, if you ask them to do a recording for every single task that you do, they're going to hate me and they're probably going to quit.
And likely say no.
Yeah, because it slows down the process. Like we're trying to figure out what is the limit that we can actually handle, because we're not hiring virtual assistants that don't do this stuff to work for you. Right. It's my team. And so we're trying to keep the load as low as possible for them so they can be more effective every day in my business and in your business as well.
Let's see. What do we do if customer needs customer support? My banner says I offer it.
You better take that banner off.
You better change your banner if you don't offer any support. Either that or put an email address up there for support.
Yeah, you know what? Typically, we just do like a G Suite Gmail email, and we put that on there, and people can email you for support. We have a virtual assistant answer support tickets, and actually support is a great place to generate revenue. Mm-hmm. Like I was saying with Coupon Hero, we have a specific coupon with that app that is for our support team. And if people, like a lot of times people email your support just to see if you're a legitimate business and they want to buy from you. And if you don't respond, then, you know, they're like, oh, this is a real business. So we'll have support staff say, yeah, we're totally real business. And by the way, if you want to shop on our store, here's a secret coupon from our support team for 10% off. And it increases conversion rates like crazy. So you definitely want to just get an email address for people to send.
What is the app you said you use for support tickets? I use Help Scout, like help, H-E-L-P, Scout. That's what we use for our business. There's a million different ones. You can also just use a Gmail support address too. So you don't have to go. We have a lot of different things that we do. A lot of different businesses, like I think Adrian alluded to yesterday, that we run. So for us, we need a centralized place to really track support. I don't know that you need that right out of the gate. So I think maybe just using a company Gmail account, like, I mean, this goes against what I do in my business, but it's because my business has evolved so much that it's at a different level where it needs a different type of thing. But like when we opened the coffee shop here, you know, my in-laws are the ones that kind of, you know, opened it. And I was expecting them to set up proper email and all this stuff. They set up, you know, like stoneground@gmail.com. It's called Stone Ground Coffee. And I'm just like, okay, I was just cringing. But the reality is that's all that's really necessary, you know? As long as it's a company name, you know, whatever your business name is @gmail.com, it'll seem, you know, plenty fine.
I saw a question above. Oh, my ADD's kicking in. I was trying to retain it. Shipping, the return policies for drop shipping. What do we use? So here's a very important tip for your return policy. I use the generated return policy by Shopify. So if you go to your Shopify settings, there is return and terms of service policies. They will auto generate for you. We honestly just use those. Now, I did have my attorney review those, but I mean, I'm at a level where my stores have done multiple 7 figures in sales, right? So I want to make sure that I'm top tier with all of that. But I added in for any custom printed items, all sales are final. Because with print on demand, you are spending more money on product cost than you would be a trinket off of Zendrop, right? Trinket off Zendrop, if somebody wants to return it, you lose $1.50. Honestly, who cares? Returns are far and few. Just let them keep the product, give them their dollar, give them $1.50 back or whatever. With print on demand items, if you're spending $26 on a pair of custom printed pants or $60 on a vegan leather purse, and someone wants to return that, and the vendors aren't willing to, you know, take the return without like good reason, you want to have something in there to protect you. So we usually say under every item, hey, these are custom printed items and all sales are final unless defective. Like, you want people to know if it's a defective item or something, you got them. But other than that, they can't just come back 30 days later and say I don't like it anymore. And at high volume, that'll be very helpful for you.
Let's see. With regards to email marketing, do you ever separate retargeting emails you send to non-buyers from buyer? Yeah. So we'll definitely send different emails to our non-buyers than our buyers, right? I mean, that always happens, mainly because it's different messaging, right? Some of you got emails to invite you to this event that referenced the fact you had already set up your store, you'd already launched it, all this stuff. We know that, right? When you go through the store builder, it tells us who successfully launches their store, and then it tells us who's stuck on step 2, right? So those that were stuck on step 2 got different messaging. It said, hey, come to the event. We're going to walk through the app, which Adrian did very first thing out of the gate. So we knew that somebody that got stuck on, say, step 2, that we would call that, I mean, that's segmenting. You know, it's not really buyers or non-buyers, but it would be like store people who have a store and people who don't. Same difference. And you just got a little different messaging. So yeah, it's very smart to segment out the people that have bought from you from the people that haven't.
Should we make stores separate business entities or all the stores under one business? That's entirely up to you. Anthony, I think, answered that a second ago, though. Like, yeah. I mean, I just have one big umbrella business, but when you're starting out, I wouldn't worry about that too much. I would just worry about making sales. Like, I started out as a sole proprietor. When I started making sales, I was like, okay, I talked to my CPA, what should I do? And then they gave me the advice. Now, I will say this. When I open up different stores, I use a different email address. I want all my stores separate in regards to logins and emails. So I would not recommend using the same email address for all of your stores that you open up. And there's security reasons for why I do that. So if somebody hacks your email address, they can't log into all of your stores and change all of your banking details. You know, I'm a stickler for like cybersecurity, Anthony. knows that all too well.
Nightmare.
So,
Nightmare.
I got different emails. I never reuse the same password for anything.
I have the same password for everything.
Just tell that to everybody. They're gonna. Yep.
I never use one pass.
It's a good target.
I mean, if you can get into my email, you can get into my bank account. You can get into everything.
That means I got the keys to everything now.
And with him, I'm like, hey, can you send me the password for your ClickFunnels account so I can help with this? And it's like so long that you can't even copy it on your cell phone because it's literally 400 characters long. And I'm just like, I was trying to help him pay his Amex bill the other day because he was out of town and it was time to pay the bill. And I'm like, yo, just send me the password. And he's like, well, I mean, the password's 400 characters long, so I don't know that it's going to work for you. And I'm like, what can anybody do if they hack into your Amex account but pay your bill? Like, you can't take money from it. You can't charge anything on. There's zero reason to have 400 character passwords for your Amex account.
Yeah, well, guess what? You want good passwords on your Shopify account because people know that they're making money and they're going to they might try to hack it, and different email addresses for each Shopify account. Trust me on this, because if your business is popping off and something does happen and you get locked out of all of it and you can't process orders and all this, you're trying to deal with Gmail and stuff on how to get your stuff back. You just want to make sure you're taken care of. Okay, so that's where we have some difference in opinion here, and you can start to tell that we're brothers.
By the way, this LLC question, like, here's the deal. If Adrian comes to me and says, Anthony, should I start an LLC? I would say, well, Adrian, are you going to start a Shopify store? And you would say, yes. You would role play with me. You would say, yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I would say, okay, well, my suggestion to you from like, I don't know, 30 years of experience in asset protection and I don't know, maybe 25 years, exaggerating a little there, and tax savings, that having an LLC and starting a business probably offers you some advantageous tax incentives. So my answer to you would be, yeah, you should probably do that. Now, if you came to me and you were starting 7 stores and said, should you start 7 LLCs at one time? I would say, absolutely not. Don't waste your time and money. So this is how I would advise Adrian. You got to listen to me advise him. So you can utilize that advice however you would like, right? Because I am not allowed to give tax advice or legal advice because I am not a licensed CPA, nor am I an attorney.
Great disclaimer.
Right? But I would suggest that you all research the tax advantages of having an LLC in a business, because you may find that it is very beneficial. And then again, you may find that it's not.
Another question is, how long do you hold on to the money that you're earning in regards to safety, like a reserve for refunds, before you use it to invest in other things? Look, drop shipping just doesn't have a high refund rate. It's like
inexpensive.
It's
stuff.
Less than 1%. Like, there will be some people that, we've actually, you were telling me just the other week that you sold something for $1. It was education based, like we're doing now. And somebody literally tried to do a chargeback for $1. Like, the time it takes to get on the phone with the credit card processor is not even worth the $1. There will be people that try to do that. Most people, though, if you're selling these cheaper items, it's just not worth their time. And if you have your refund policy in place and understanding, then I would just stay on point with that. Keep money for that 30 days where the refund policy is live, maybe a couple of days afterwards, and you should be good. But refunds are far and few. And another little trick that we use is, if somebody does want a refund, my support is trained to say, hey, look, what if we just offered you a partial refund and we sent you another item? Because the item actually costs way less than the refund would cost. And so we're able to save a lot of people that might think about refunding by just sending them another item, which saves us money, and giving them a 10% or 20% off coupon when they come to shop again. But I really wouldn't worry with refunds if you're using vendors like the ones that we recommend. For example, Zendrop said they give everyone the benefit of the doubt on refunds. They handle that for you. So you're pretty safe with Zendrop. Shine On, however, said, well, we're going to want a picture of the item and all this stuff to make sure. So understand when you're selling with different vendors, how you should think about holding on to the money from the sales from those types of products.
Yep. Someone asked us, Jamie asked us above, if she can connect with us after this webinar. We're always available like in the Facebook group and stuff like that, but we really try to reserve that like direct connection directly to us, with this mastermind. We even have like text in the Telegram thread on that. So, it's a completely different, form of access, but at the end of the day, we're always around. We just can't, we can't be everywhere at one time. Let's see. I'm trying to see, it's so hard to see.
What's the best way to start on a small budget? You really have to be very intentional with your time and with your money. So you aren't going to be necessarily as you're not going to be as fortunate enough to just throw a lot of stuff at the wall really fast and see what sticks. You really need to look at, I think I saw that you joined the Platinum Accelerator program. So that's great for you because you're going to get these deep product analysis reports. So you're getting rid of a lot of wasted money on products that definitely weren't going to work. And now you know that the products that you're launching, they're not guaranteed to work, but deep product analysis has proven that they are products that you should be launching instead of all the other noise that is out there. And I would just keep it, again, on a very small budget with Facebook ads, $5-10 a day, 2 to 3 days. And if it doesn't pop off in 3 days, kill it. I don't care how much you like it. I don't care what the deep product analysis report says. In 3 days, if you're not getting add to carts and decent engagement, you need to kill it and you need to move on to the next one.
Somebody asked if you have multiple Shopify stores, can you use the list from one on the other? Absolutely. If you don't, I would be screaming and hollering at you. You always want to leverage the assets that you've built 100%. So I think 100%, as long as it makes sense, right? As long as store one is, maybe something for women and store two might be about dogs. Well, we know that some women have dogs, so it would make sense. As long as there's some kind of relevance and crossover there, it makes absolutely no sense not to do it.
You can also use your list too you can rent your list out to like people that have a singular product that is very unique. You can go to them or they can come to you and you can say, hey, look, you have this unique dog product. It's not a drop shipping product. For X amount of dollars, I'll mail my list, just a flat fee. Or let's work out an agreement where I advertise to my list and send them to your website, but I get a 50% commission on profit margin. So when you get an email list, there's a lot of really cool things that you can do aside from just mailing your own products to your list in regards to like just scaling and commissions and affiliate marketing.
Sorry, this is the guy who's texting me. I think it's Krunal, like, appreciate your tenacity, but copying and pasting the same question so many times, I'm actually justifying it by answering the question, but we only need it, if we miss it when it scrolls to the top one more time, but just like copy paste is kind of difficult. But if your ads are restricted, there's nothing we can do. We can't fix that for you. The suggestion I made earlier was create a different Facebook account and create an advertising account within the new Facebook account, or have a friend or a family member or somebody else create a business manager and make you an admin of it.
I call that the friends and family plan,
which is what most everybody does, because anybody that has Facebook can make a business manager. And then once you have a business manager, you can create admins in the business manager. So all the person has to do is add you as an admin, and you basically own the business manager at that point. You can run ads.
Also, to that point, each Facebook account can create, I think it's either two, is it three?
I think it's three.
3 business managers. I would go ahead
and create them.
Because once one account gets restricted, it can disable your ability to create those extra 2 accounts. So if you go to business.facebook.com, you can launch up to 3 business managers. Do it out of the gate. And secondly, go into one of the 2 business managers. And this is a great, this is one of the reasons I built Pixel Magic, which is in the Profit Booster apps. It allows you, Pixel Magic will allow you to put multiple Facebook businesses pixels on your Shopify store. Shopify only lets you put one business pixel on your store. Why is that important? Well, if you've been running your business and you've been collecting all this data with Facebook that's so valuable, and you spent money on that data, and your ad account gets restricted, and for whatever reason you can't get it unrestricted, you've just lost, in some cases, millions of dollars worth of data. But if you have a second account you're not using, but you just go get the Facebook pixel, and this is like the higher level stuff we talk about in our masterminds too, is you put that pixel in Pixel Magic, you let it just sit there and collect data. So it's like a backup plan. And if anything ever happens to your account, you still have all the data on that pixel. If you ever sell your business, okay, you ever sell your business, guess what goes with it? The pixel. But if you have a backup pixel, you can launch a business again and still leverage the years of data that you built up on that backup pixel. That's like one of the most valuable pieces of information I can give you in running a business like this.
Because nobody can predict Facebook. I mean, we've had our ad accounts banned, we've had our business managers banned, and then they come right back on. I mean, it's all bot driven, right? And AI. That's really what it is. The people at Facebook don't even know how it works. I mean, we have reps at Facebook and they don't know how it works. So a lot of times, you'll wake up, especially Q4, that's when they slap a lot of accounts, and they just ban a bunch of accounts, and you get caught up in the mix, even though you didn't do anything wrong. And that's why Adrian said you always got to plan for that. Unfortunately, that's just the world we live in with Facebook. So create yourself multiple business managers now. Within each one of those, grab a pixel and then put all of those pixels on your site so that you have backup pixels that are learning, right? So again, if one business manager goes down, it's not really that big a deal. You've still got all that same data learned on additional pixels, right? That's saved us, I don't even know, I can't even tell you how many times.
We lost we had an account we spent $15 million in, and it was just an immense amount of data. And then one day we woke up and the account was just banned for no good reason.
None.
And
even the rep said it was no reason.
And Anthony was freaking out. And I was like, don't worry, I got us a backup pixel. We launched our ads again, the next business manager, boom, hit the ground running. If we hadn't done that, we would have had basically a brand new pixel that would have to learn everything again, and we wouldn't have got the same performance.
Nope.
I messed up on my TikTok account. I didn't make it through your link. Can I make it through your link still? Yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure I'll give you the link real quick. It's http://amsecretlink.com/TikTok. There you go. All right. So that should be in there now. How do you create multiple business managers? When you're in your Facebook account, you're already logged in. Just go to business.facebook.com, and it should be in the top right-hand corner. There's a drop-down menu, and it'll list all of the different businesses that you have. There should be an option there to create a new business, but Facebook moves their buttons around all the time. They could have moved it, but there's a button somewhere in there that says create a new business. I'll actually record a video and probably drop it in the Facebook group this week, so I know exactly where the button is, at least right now. So y'all are able to go in and create these. Like, seriously, you should write down in your notepad and star it, put it on a sticky note, put it on your refrigerator, your mirror in the morning when you brush your teeth, to remind yourself to create the 2 extra business managers. That way you always have them and you're always prepared. And even maybe run some ads out of some of them too, to season them a little bit. $5 here, $2 there. In the event that something happens, you can just switch everything over to the second business manager, because Facebook does not judge, even though they know that you own all 3 of them, they judge them separately when it comes to restrictions. Let's see what else we got here.
Is it better to have a variety of products in your store or a specific type of items?
I like variety because we use the Walmart method, and people they like all sorts of different things. They don't just like one thing. And we also see that we have a higher average order value if we have a variety of different types of products in there. So like, we're not just going to sell purses like some stores do. We're not just going to sell yoga pants like some stores do. A quick little story to that point is, I told y'all yesterday, we use our email list and we email customers and say, hey, go put pictures of your you with your products on our Facebook page and leave a review, and we'll give you a big discount. And this one lady, I remember, she was so cute. She had bought, man, her average order value was huge. Her lifetime value was like thousands of dollars on my store. And she posted her picture, and she had the hat on with the picture of the dog on it. She had the yoga pants on. She was wearing the combat boots with the picture of it. And she had her tote on, like the leather tote with the picture of the dog. And behind her, she had bought the blanket with the picture of the dog, and it was covered over the back of her sofa. It was wild. And I thought to myself, it's a good thing that I don't just focus on selling leggings, because those are the main squeeze, the ones that make the most money for me, because people are coming in like this and they love the image. That's what's so cool about print on demand, is people become passionate about some of the images and the art, and they want it everywhere on multiple things. Okay, great idea. Getting so much knowledge. Good. Glad to know that the session is valuable for you. Sweet spot on number of products. There is no sweet spot, but remember this: more products does not mean more success, right? More focus equals more success. So you should always be putting new products on your store. You just don't need to leave them there if they're not products people are buying, because then it becomes a cluttered mess for your customers to shop. You want every product on your store to be something you really and truly feel like people are going to buy. And if you have products that over time, like 2 months, you don't see anybody buying, just delete them off of your store. They're just taking up space that a hotter product could be in and be viewed.
How do you market clothing with profanity? That's pretty difficult, because Facebook reads. They can actually read what's on your shirts or anything. We have a sign in the office here that says "Do epic shit." And if I film an ad and I walk in front of that sign, it gets banned for profanity. So, I mean, I'm not even trying to, it's just in the background. So it's difficult to market clothes with profanity, at least with paid ads. Do multiple business managers, do you need multiple business managers per store? No, a business manager is not specific to a store, right? So again, you can put multiple fan pages and so on and so forth in a business manager. So like, we can run ads for Adrian's business, my coffee shop, all that from one business manager, just different ad accounts. So if you've got multiple business managers, that should suffice for you to be able to advertise, multiple stores.
Yeah, real quick, cigars is not recommended because they prohibit the marketing of tobacco products. Now, cigar like cutters and humidifiers, that's fine, but not actual tobacco products. And back to what Anthony was saying, the way that it's structured is you have a business manager, and within that business manager, you have different Facebook accounts and different Facebook fan pages. And sometimes just one of your ad accounts can get restricted, but your business manager is still live, and you got 10 other ad accounts in there that you can use. So, your business manager doesn't get slapped unless you've done something really stupid.
You just told him we lost a whole business manager. Did we do something really stupid?
Well, no, but there is one time every year that Facebook does a massive cleanup of spammers, and it's just historical. It usually happens in spring. It's coming up, so get ready. Where AI just wipes out like good standing business managers because it's just making a mistake, and we always get it turned back on. So yeah, that was the time. But if it's just like any other time other than spring, it usually happens in May is when they do the wipeout. Then it's probably because you've done something so bad in one of your ads, or they think that you have, that they feel like you are endangerment to the user base, like, you know, marketing firearms or hate speech or fake news and stuff like that.
Yep. And that's unfortunate, but it does happen. But most of the time, like Adrian said, they'll just ban the ad account and you'll have multiple ad accounts in a business manager. So what we plan to do with the VIP sessions, I saw somebody ask, are we going to give you the replays? Yeah, you get the replays, the main event and the VIP sessions. I'm going to put all these into a members area. I'm going to work on it a little bit here when we jump off. Hopefully have it ready tomorrow afternoon. And then all of you will get an email that just says the access is available. Okay. If for any reason you don't get an email with your login, it'll be in your Access Adrian account. So if you've got an Access Adrian account, check that account tomorrow around 6 o'clock Central. Give me the full day to actually get it done. If you don't see it in there by tomorrow night, then Tuesday morning, just shoot an email to support@accessadrian.com and say, hey, I don't see the product in there.
And yeah, Paul, to answer your question about the marijuana stuff in Canada, I would definitely just have that on a separate store, just in case. But I know the guy that owns CBDoil.com, and he always has issues advertising on Facebook. Like, he hits me up all the time, like, Adrian, how can you help me advertise CBDoil.com on Facebook? And I'm like, I can't, you know, because like they have all these restrictions, but sometimes Facebook talks about lifting restrictions on stuff like that. So just a really good routine to have or habit to have is once a week, go to business.facebook.com, scroll to the bottom, and read their advertising policy page. It'll take you 30 minutes, and they change it every week. And guess what they don't do?
Tell you.
They don't notify you. So sometimes some things that were not allowed become allowed. When they do become allowed, it's like a gold rush because you have no competition. You're like the only people that are advertising because you know you can. So just keep an eye on that, and that'll keep you safe, and it'll also show you if opportunity arises.
So do you guys enjoy hanging out with us today? VIP session? Yes. I think we're pretty spent. We're tired. It's I got to go see my little baby who's still sick and getting no sleep, unfortunately, which means daddy gets no sleep, which is why I'm shocked I'm still awake. But we've had a great time. Hopefully we've answered, you know, most all of your questions. Obviously it's difficult to get every single one, but we try our best as we look through the chat roll. Tomorrow you'll get access to all of your replays, the IntraScout software, all the slides and all that stuff. That's my number one mission tomorrow, is to get all that stuff out. If for any reason you don't see it in your account by tomorrow, then on Tuesday, just send an email to support. We'll take care of it for you. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us, being a part of this. We've had a good time. It's a long weekend, but it's a fun weekend. And we hope that all of you have massive success with your stores. Look forward to meeting some of you at our mastermind, and of course, working with you in our Platinum Agency group. And hopefully you found this to be time well spent and something that's going to be of massive value to you. So I'll let you close her down, Adrian.
Well, that was already a really great close.
Well, peace.
But
mic drop.
Thank you all so much for being here. And honestly, I just want to say thanks for believing in us. You know, it really does. I don't know about him, but when I look at the camera and I look at the screen and I see 500, 600, 700 people that are spending their weekend to hear what I have to say, it's just an incredible and inspiring feeling. So thanks so much for putting your trust in us. We're always going to over deliver for you. And of course, we'll be around on my webinar, the Profit Power Hour, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. EST. We'll always be here to help you out and help you crush it. So have a great weekend or weeknight.
Or last few hours of your weekend. And crush it next week. Take care, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.